Hacking this shit, stealing that info, 1% tint on my window, inside the coupe, blowing on endo, got cheap prices on real good outdoor. I was in the studio, I should get out more. I was in the truck, I should get out more. These niggas took me, just like Elmo, feeling like the Rock. Serving people elbows, dark well money, free like a free throw. She done pop perk, now she in geek mode. Grand cool beam, put this shit in sports mode. Understand bad, 30 different zip codes. Little ass nigga can't handle these big lows. I ain't talking deal when I'm speaking on Frisco. Futuristic, I caught this shit Gilmore, bought it from a German. I get it in crypto, hacking this shit, looking out the window, burning on shirt. West Coast bimbo, I was broke a hill, I was in limbo. I just want to slice no bread like Kimbo. I'm part big rig at my house, then call the gang, hell empty it out. Now down bad, nobody held down. Labels off crumbs, so a nigga held out. If I go behind the walls, I'ma get bailed out. If you ain't tryna call, we come same bout. Every time the gas come, shit sell out. Turn your music down when you pull in my yard. I'll put your nigga ass out on guard. Most of these niggas out here be fraud. Drop out the flash, so jumping like grass. I'll pull up in the range of a large, that's a curve. My third laptops in the basement hacking. VPN on it so the boys can't track it. Turning my son by the laptop to practice. Breaking them codes, my young nerds crackle. Shooting at strap, can't weigh these bills. Goddamn shoes just broken up scale. But baby mama just pulled up to the jail. She gon' make sure a nigga making it bail. I just made 50K from a gateway on cyberspace from an encrypted site. Damn, I'm loving the internet life. Clean from the wallet, couldn't take my swipe. Swipe that root quick the other night. Then 2 hours later, swipe for a flight. Hacking this shit, stealing that info, 1% tint on my window, inside the coupe, blowing on endo, got cheap prices on real good outdoor. I was in the studio, I should get out more. I was in the truck, I should get out more. These niggas took me, just like Elmo, feeling like the Rock. Serving people elbows, dark well money, free like a free throw. She done pop perk, now she in geek mode. Grand cool beam, put this shit in sports mode. Understand bad, 30 different zip codes. Little ass nigga can't handle these big lows. I ain't talking deal when I'm speaking on Frisco. Futuristic, I caught this shit Gilmore, bought it from a German. I get it in crypto, hacking this shit, looking out the window, burning on shirt. West Coast bimbo, I was broke a hill, I was in limbo. I just want to slice no bread like Kimbo. I'm part big rig at my house, then call the gang, hell empty it out. Now down bad, nobody held down. Labels off crumbs, so a nigga held out.
Summer 16.
Yeah.
Free bands, OVO. DJ Esco.
Talking duffel talk. Yeah. On the race bustin' on the rapper. 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 On the race bustin' on the rapper.
And I got a
on the race bustin' on the rapper. 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 On the race bustin' on the rapper.
On the rest bustin' out the rapper. All y'all niggas don't matter. I hit threes all balance. I switch hands like Allen. I'm just blessed for talent. For the whole 6, I'm wildin'. You think she your baby girl? She text us like Dallas. Oh shit, guess it don't matter. Talk down on me, I'm flattered. Whole free band on Xanax. Y'all can't do no damage. Wrong cup, guess it don't matter. This one tastes like candy. This one must be Hendrix. Fuck y'all boys, y'all finished. You're dead. I don't talk to hoes about business. Diamond in my tooth from the dentist. Put a nigga name in the Guinness. Remember when phones on minutes. I ain't dead yet like a Bruce Willis. I ain't really worried about the image. Y'all still treat it like a scrimmage. And I got a
on the race bustin' on the rapper. 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 On the race bustin' on the rapper.
DJ Esco.
I got a
on the race bustin' on the rapper.
Yeah.
On the race bustin' on the rapper.
Why not?
On the race bustin' on the rapper.
Okay.
On the race bustin' on the rapper.
Okay.
On the race bustin' on the rapper.
Okay.
On the race bustin' on the rapper.
True.
On the race bustin' on the rapper.
$100 buzzing out a rapper. Count up till I get a callus. I don't really talk to y'all rappers. Put codeine in the snapper. Put codeine on the salad. Guess I'm on the codeine diet. Put another 100 on the rifle. Everybody better be quiet. Everybody put your hand higher. Then I try to talk like higher. All of them 16 fire. All of my bitches buyer. They buying extra clothes. I mean, they buy sexual. I mean, besides the sectional. I mean, roll up the Texaco. I mean, this is the crazy flow. I got a straight jacket in the booth. I smoke a joint during the interview. Got the Rolex playing peekaboo. All you niggas that took the swag, I'ma have to get residuals. I'ma dribble, got my hand on my genitals.
I got a
on the race bustin' on the rapper. 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 100 racks bustin' out the rapper. 100 racks bustin' out the rapper. 100 racks bustin' out the rapper.
And I got
100 racks bustin' out the rapper. 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 We ain't gotta use no scale. It's all that you ain't gotta count. Crack it out, hurt man's bad. Stuffed out down my pocket. 100 racks sitting in the plastic. I ain't gonna need fucking touch it. You can go out to LA. I don't go to work on budgets. You can go check these stones. Everything gon' be flooded. And I gotta work 3 phones. Name another nigga and clone. Put a whole nigga on shirt. Got a new bank account alert. Whole free band on mud. Taliban gang on burp. Ain't gon' take no shots. Turn my dog to a boss. We ain't gon' take no loss. No, you try to steal that sauce. Hunters on hunters on hunters. I done ran up me a bag. We got a tour this summer. I'm about to run up a bag. $100,000 out for a walkthrough. I'ma need mine in cash. Got a whole city on my back. Ain't about to go outside. Whole free band on go. 100 racks bustin' out the rapper. 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 100 racks bustin' out the rapper.
And I got
100 racks bustin' out the rapper. 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 100 racks bustin' out the rapper.
DJ Eskimo City, the coolest DJ on the motherfucking planet.
Warning. The following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. First come, first serve. We're not going to even do 3 tonight. We're going to do 2. That's all I can give you tonight is 2. 2 hours, all right? So link is pinned to the top of the chat. We already know how this is going to go. It's going to take a minute. But hopefully tonight people will start coming up early so we could get the show on the road. You feel me? All right. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Let's do this roll call. Let me make sure I get my timer here. All right, let's say that. And then when I want to go over here. All right, back. Shout out to Kelvin in Texas. What's going on? Shout out to Clarence. Shout out to ISD Walk. Shout out to all the MGM members. Maximize Trucking, Costas. What's going on? Heavy Goodman. Nikki representing Cleveland. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure I put this on Instagram too. Yep. It's up on Instagram. Alrighty then. All right. I wasn't gonna do the show tonight. I was gonna actually just not do it tonight, but I said I got 2 hours I can give you. So let's get it in. First come, first serve. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Call-in show, the show that everyone always says they're gonna call in the next call-in show and waits to the last hour to do so. All right, let's see if we can get some calls coming in early so we can get the show on the road. Other than that, how's everybody doing? What's going on out there? I know it's a game tonight, right? Is it a game tonight? I think it is. Dallas. Let me see. Is Dallas playing tonight? Is Dallas playing tonight? Yep, tonight, 7:30. All right. First come, first serve. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Anyone here from Tracy? Nope. Never heard back from Tracy since that live. So I guess she needed help expeditiously that night. She hasn't been on a live stream since. I know I've been scarce on live streams this week, but my mother had surgery on Tuesday, and she's been here recovering, so I've been taking care of her. That's why I haven't been doing any fish tank monologues or any morning cook-ups, because I've been caring for her through her recovery. And I don't want to be walking through the crib hollering and cussing and stuff like that. But she is napping in the room. So I said I'll give you guys a quick 2 hours while she's taking a nap, and then I'm going to go back to making sure she's straight. So that's why I haven't been streaming. Hopefully not hopefully, but when she does feel, or when I feel, comfortable enough that she can go home and, do things on her own, then I'll let her go home. But until then, be here. All right, she'll be here. So, all right, we got somebody in the back. Appreciate all the prayers. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, we're gonna get the show on the road. I got somebody in the back. We're gonna pull them up. Let's see here. How you doing?
What's up, Big Mark?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
I'm good. This Marcellus is I've been tuning in, watching you. I know I'm looking a little scrubby right now. I be trolling in the comments, so I
Yeah,
know
that's
people
you.
probably about to get on me.
Yeah. You be trolling all the time. What's going on?
I'm good, man. Hey, yo, man, some of these jokers just be funny as hell, man. I know they about to get me now, but it's all good. I don't got no shape up right now. But yeah, man, I got a few questions for you, man. I got two topics I want to talk about. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the main topic I want to get into is about that moving. You know what I mean? I'm already doing final mile with a company, and I got a question about pay rate. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I know you're big on cost per mile, and I'm just assuming that cost per mile is based on someone going over the road.
Yeah, that's for over
But
the road.
that's for over the exactly. So I'm not over the road. So I broke my thing down to cost per day. You understand what I'm saying? And I figure my cost per day with this truck that I got out there right now, which is a rental. I took my total cost of the rental. I took my total cost of the gas that I've been spending, and I pretty much divided that by 20 days, 5 days out the week, and I got a cost per day. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I've been averaging weekly as far as my payout. And I'm just trying to get your opinion, man, on what you think a driver should be paid for a final mile delivery. Now, we're not talking about big and bulky, nothing crazy. We're talking about just pull up, drop it off at the either, dock to dock for a business, or you dropping it off at somebody's garage or front door. You know what I mean? So every week the pay rate changes. It's never the same, but it's about 2,500, maybe 3,000 a week. So I feel like, giving a worker about 30% of that is fair. What's your opinion on that?
That's fair. I mean, I've given more. Um,
I'm-
it all
Okay.
depends on what you're making. What are you making? What are you making on average
Well, let's just go with an average of 2,500. Let's go with an average of 2,500.
a day?
No, per week.
What are you making a day on average?
Let's just average it out to $500 a day. 'Cause we're gonna go 2,500 a week over 5 days, so that's $500 a day.
That's
That'd
all
be
you
like
make?
at minimum. That'd be
That's a
like
one.
at minimum.
That's a curbside. It's one man truck. It's one man on the truck, right?
Yeah,
How many stops?
it could be about 8 to 10 stops per day.
Where you at? You gotta be somewhere in a small market. Gotta be
Well, I'm tuning in from Savannah.
Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah,
And this is you. This is a truck that you already got rolling, right?
Yeah, I got two trucks rolling. Like I drive one myself, and then I got a rental because what happened was my personal truck was in the shop. I'm down here in the country, man, was hitting them damn trees and everything, man. So I
So,
wanted to keep rolling, so I hopped in the rental. But
so you got him in the truck you own. Then you in the rental, right?
other way around.
Nah, you need to put him in the truck you own.
Okay.
The reason why is because you own it outright already or no?
Nah, I'm making payments.
Well, obviously the payments is cheaper than what the cost of the rental is, right?
That's correct.
Well, you need to put him in the truck that you own. And if you average in gross, let's say five, how much is the note and the insurance a month?
The note on my truck personally is like 1100, and insurance I'm say about one, two, three, four, probably about like 500 a month because I'm running under the company's authority, so I'm doing their insurance and all that. You know what I mean?
So you
So it
need to
works
put
out to be a lot cheaper.
him in the truck that you own,
Okay.
and I mean 30% there makes sense. I don't think it would make sense in the rental truck, and I haven't even asked you what you paying for the rental truck, but whatever the cost, the cheaper cost is for the vehicle, that's where you need to put
Mhm.
him at. All right,
Okay.
because
So
you
so
can
so
because you can absorb by you running, you can absorb the higher cost with running a rental truck. You can absorb that because it's your company. So
got
put
you.
him, you know, put him in the truck that you own. And then,
Okay. Okay. But let me ask you this though. Like, even if he do go in the truck that I own, like, regardless, well, I think I kind of see where you're going with it. But regardless, it's like if let's just say both trucks averaging, let's just say making 2,500 a week. So 30% of that 25, no matter which truck it come from, it's still going to be the same number, though. Am I correct?
nah, if you looking at it from a cost, so you got no, because see, look, you got a truck that you own, and whatever your day rate is gonna be different from the day rate on the truck because your expenses on the rental truck is gonna be higher.
Exactly. Okay.
So
So
just because you grossing 25, each truck grossing 2,500 don't mean that they netting the same.
that's true.
So you want your profit, so you want your margins to always be higher. You know what I'm saying? It'll work out better for you. You're gonna have a higher profit margin if you put the driver on the truck with the less expenses. If you got more expenses on this truck and you add a driver on there with 30%, it's just making your expenses go up. So at the end of the day, when you total everything up, it's how am I trying to say this? You want to maximize your profitability, right? So it's better to put him on a truck that's got the least amount of expenses. You can absorb the truck that got the higher amount of expenses versus the other way around. Because if you put him on the truck that got the higher expenses, that's gonna make that profit margin is gonna go down.
All right. So I get what you're saying about that, right? So the profit margin for the rental is going to be lower than the profit margin for my personal truck, but that what that does is that just takes away from my profit from the rental truck,
How?
right? Pretty much.
No,
But as
you
far
on
as far as
you on the rental truck.
okay, well let's just say if I kept it, the way it is, you know what I mean? Like the way
How
I'm
much you
the because
how much you paying for the rental truck?
it varies, man. But let's just go with here's my numbers. Let's just go with 875 a week because it's 600 plus mileage. So it could come to about 860, 875. Then we doing $100 a day for gas, and we probably put some def in there maybe about two times a week, right? So with those numbers I just told you, right? This is what I got. So I got about $3,500 a month for the truck. $2,000 a month for gas. So we have 5,500. We have 5,500 a
I,
month.
I want to break it down by the day.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do for you. I was about to do that. So we got $5,500 per month, right? We divide that by 20 days. So now we at 275 a day for 5 days out of a week. And
You
we're
getting
gonna
the
go
truck?
with
You getting the truck free for 2 days, or they charge you for all 7 days for the truck, right? They're not giving you 2 days
oh
free.
yeah,
See,
you know what?
just cause you
just
just cause you running 20 days, you still
yeah,
paying for the truck for the week.
yeah,
So
you right. I didn't
you
go. I'm
can't,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, you can't do the math like that. When I see people doing the math like that, that's wrong. They're not giving you
Yeah,
2 free days. You're paying for the
nah,
truck
you right.
regardless if you running Saturday and Sunday or not. So
Yeah.
so when you do it, you said 875 a week, and that's with the mileage you averaging about,
Yeah,
right?
so check it out, right? I don't mean to cut you off, right? So you right. Now, the way I just did it at 20 days a week, it put my cost per day higher. So now if we take that 5,500 and we divide that by 30 days in a month, then it's going to bring my cost per day down lower than 275, right or wrong?
Say that again.
So I told you $3,500 a month for the truck, $2,000 a month for gas, including gas and let's just say death, right? And I divided it by 20 days, which is the working days, and I came out with 275 per day. But you caught me on that. You
Two
right. It's
seventy
not
five
like,
per day. What is what you
but
spending?
that's what I'm averaging it out per costing. But like you said,
No.
I was only, but hear me out. I was only calculating it off of the working days. Like you said, you're right. I gotta divide that 5,500 by 30 days, correct? Because it's costing me $5,500 a month. That's 35 for the truck, 2,000 for fuel and death. So that's 5,500. I gotta divide that by the whole month, 30 days or 31 days. I was only divided by 20 days. So divided by 20 days, it bring my cost per day up higher than what it is if I do it by 30 days. Right or wrong?
Right. Right.
Okay. Got you. So I mean, I get what you're saying as far as the profit margin. Like if I keep him in the rental truck, I know my profit margin on that rental is going to be low. Which
Well,
I'm
well,
I'm
here,
I'm.
here's the
Go
thing.
ahead.
If you paying 875, you say on average a week, 7 days a week, that's 125. Another 100 in fuel, that's 225. You say you pay him 30% on an average of 500 a day. That's another 150. So you at 375 there, and we ain't even added in insurance or nothing else. So without adding in all those other expenses, you only at you only at $125 net, and we still ain't added insurance and other shit. And this is on the rental. If you were to put him in a rental, or if he's in the rental, if he's in the rental, you paying him 150 a day, another 125 a day for the truck, another 100 a day in fuel. That's 375. We still got to factor in insurance and other shit.
Got you.
Now, if you put
Got you.
that 1100, if you divide that 1100, uh, that's 36.
1175 actually for the note on the truck that I own.
That's a 16. So plus. So with just the fuel and the your note averaged out a day with him on that truck, you looking at 206, and we ain't adding insurance. So you already looking at $175 a day difference without adding all the other variable expenses. So pretty much we're running him in the rental truck, you losing. So it's not the same thing, to be honest
Okay.
with you. It's
All
not.
right. But now here, I get you with that. That makes sense. So my thing is this though, regardless on in which truck I put them in, right? Like I get what you're saying as far as my margin and my profit spread. I get that. But regardless of what truck I put them in, do you feel like 30% isn't good enough. That's pretty much what I want to know, because
That depends on the market, the workload. That all depends. $150, like I wouldn't be able to get away with that here. I wouldn't. I
oh,
mean, let's keep it like in my mind, I wouldn't be able to get away with that.
and why
Not at
why
all.
would you say that?
The cost of living, like I'm in Chicago, like you can go.
Okay.
It's guys riding around on them little one wheel unicycles making more than $150 a day doing DoorDash on a goddamn whatever them little unicycle one wheel things they be flying around the city with. Divvy bikes, the little lift, the little bikes you can rent and shit like that, and the little scooters and shit. They make more than $150 a day. So you know what I'm saying, and that's less labor intensive, and they working for themselves. Just doing that. So to put somebody in a truck, give them all these responsibilities, driving, stuck in traffic, getting off, climbing on the back, unloading, lowering the lift gate, all that stuff, it's just a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the market. But no, I wouldn't be able to get away with that here. If you can get away with that in your market because you're in a smaller market, the cost of living is a lot lower, then yeah. But me, I wouldn't be able to get away with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, you in the Midwest, like you said, it's a little bit more expensive. I'm down here in the South, so
Mhm.
things are a little less expensive. But so what would you recommend? Would you recommend at least 40% or
I
35%?
mean, I mean, if 30%, $150 a day is satisfiable, and it's a good earnest living in that market, then yeah, I think 30% is fine. That's why I said it depends on your market. It depends on your market. Now, here's the thing: if more opportunities present themselves in that market that are paying equal to what you're paying, that require less work, then you may start to see, drivers, leave. We in a day and age where people are looking to do less work and make more pay. And in a lot of cases, people are able to do it because of the opportunities that exist now versus years past. Back in the day, it was either you work or you be broke. You had to go get a traditional job, and if you couldn't get a traditional job because of, let's say, felonies and things of that nature, then you would end up going working for a moving company or a roofing company. You up on a hot roof all day, you know what I'm saying? Because these were the only opportunities that you could get because the rest of the world turned their back on you. But nowadays, those people that have been shunned by society can finagle their way into opportunities that pay just as good, that require less work.
I
So
understand. Well, I kind of do a comparison to what I see on Indeed, right? So check it out. You might have a company that's hiring for a box truck driver, right? Now, they probably do 40 hours a week. They starting these jokers off as a company driver, like $17 to $20 an hour. So you looking at probably at max about $800 a week. So my thing is this, like I said, at 2,500, that could be like a minimum that the truck make. Now it's been before I had that other truck and I'm driving on my own, I done hit 3,000, 3,400. You know what I mean? So I'm like, when I'm marketing and promoting the position, I'm like, listen, 30% of what the truck make, and you can gross anywhere between $800 and $1,000 a week. I can't guarantee you no flat rate pay or no set amount, because every week the truck makes a different amount of money.
that's not good, because at the end
Okay.
of the day, don't nobody that's working for somebody don't want to not know what they making. You see what I'm saying? So if you slip up as a business owner or shit not going your way, okay, you got a $2,500 week, you got a $5,000 week, and then the next week you got $1,000 week for whatever reason. Like, you gonna pay a guy $300? That's not okay. So you market it like that. No, ain't nobody gonna come work for you. I wouldn't come work for you because, like, I don't. How can I take care of myself and, let's say, my family if there's no certainty there? Like people want certainty. Either you want a salary, you want an hourly, you want a daily. 30% is 30% of what? You see what I'm saying? So, nah, it's out. Me personally, and no, I wouldn't do it like that. I would tell a person what they're gonna make. They're gonna have some type of guarantee. Either they're gonna know they're gonna make $30 an hour. They're gonna make $250 a day. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know what they're gonna be able to count their pockets. They're gonna be able to count their money before the week start. They're gonna have some type of idea what they're gonna make. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna be solely based on how the business goes. You know what I'm saying? The business owner, it's businesses that have bad weeks, but they got to bear the brunt of that loss and still pay the people in order to keep them. See, you got to think about retention too. You know what I'm saying? Can you retain somebody if you have a bad week and 30% of nothing and you pay them 30% of nothing? 9 times out of 10, they're not going to show up the following week. Then you're going to have a truck that's just sitting because now you got to go through the hiring process again, and that could take 2 or 3 months. So you got to think about retention too. A big part of retention is when those losses come, you got to take them so that you can keep a person in that seat, understanding the long play instead of the short play.
Okay, I get you with that. I mean, and I'm basing it on what I know that I've been getting paid. So I haven't got paid under $2,500 a week. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, at minimum, I'm willing to give somebody $800 a week at minimum. Even if at 30%, let's just say it be a week where the truck gross, let's just say $2,200 or whatever the case may be, and it might come in at like
how many days is that? 5 days you running?
5 days a week, yeah.
Because 30% of 2,500 is $750.
Yeah. Well,
So
I know that right there. So even with that being said, right there, I just automatically said, look, if a truck do 2,500, like you said, I know at 750, I'm just going to throw in that extra $50 and put them at 800. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, but I
So
mean, how
I
you
can make sure they get $800 a week.
But can you even afford to pay 30%? That's what I'm saying. Have you looked at the rest of your expenses to see how much you spending in total to even come up with that 30% number?
Yeah, except for like you said, with that insurance, that's one thing I didn't throw up in there. You know what I mean? So I guess no, but I gotta add that insurance up in there. And like I said, with that 25, I mean it can come out to a little bit more than that, man. You know what I mean? I just threw 25 out there as a base number, but I really feel I could do $800 a week with no
What
problem, man.
what company is this with, man?
I'm with T-Force.
So what you running for T-Force? Home Depot?
Yeah, it'd be like Home Depot. I got well, no, it'd be like Lowe's, Target, and then I'd be doing some residential deliveries as well.
What they only how many stops? What's your rate? What they pay you per stop?
Like 65% of
No. What's
what they
what's the rate per stop?
well, it'd be like 65% of the delivery. That's the way they got it going out here. So like let's say a delivery is like $300, they give me 65% of that.
So do they give you a sheet each day on the rate per stop, or you don't know until you get your settlement and you just take their word for it?
Nah, I get a settlement sheet every day. Sometimes, you know what I mean, they put everything in there, then sometimes they drag their feet with it.
So what did
And
you make today? What did you make today?
well, I didn't get the settlement sheet yet. It should be coming. What time is it?
So you
Oh, it
get it
probably
after
came.
you so you do the work and then you don't know what you get paid until after you do the work.
Yeah, to the next day. Yeah, I get the settlement sheet the next day.
Well, what if you don't agree with a stop? What if the stop is cheap to the point where you getting 65% of? What if the total amount is cheaper than what you willing to run for?
I mean, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah,
but you know,
I've never, I'm just, things is different now. I get that.
mhm.
But I've never, you know, no, 65% of what? See, that's the thing. Like, they used to didn't do shit like that. Nowadays, they do shit different. I get it, but at the end of the day, as a business owner, how can you successfully run and maintain and sustain a business if you don't know what you're getting? Whatever, let's say if you don't know, you running all day, you could be running at a loss and you won't know it until the next day. Did you watch the monologue live stream I did a few weeks ago?
Which one?
The one where I showed all my trucks and I showed emails of how I negotiated rates and shit like that.
I might have missed that one. I thought you was talking about the one where you was doing your pictures and everything.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that one?
You talking about the one where you showed like when you had the beamer and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. They be pretty long. Sometimes I be falling asleep on them joints, man.
Well, that
I
you
gotta
need
go back
to
and rewatch that.
you need to watch how I negotiated rates. Now you may not be able to
Okay.
pull off what I've been able to pull off, but you kind of get an understanding of how I negotiate, and I turn shit away. Like, I think a lot of people that's come into this business, they just willing to accept anything. And I'm not saying this is you, just to say they got a business. Like, and
Hmm.
if you don't know what you're making on a day to day until the next day, how can you sustain? They could literally say, okay, we giving you 65% of the rate, but what if they rate is 500 and you getting 65% of 500? You wouldn't know that until the next day. So automatically you operating at a loss, but you wouldn't even know.
I see what you're saying.
So I've never heard of I don't know. So I've never heard of that before. So me
Okay.
personally, I got to know what's going on. Either you giving me a
Gotcha.
rate per stop, I'm getting a guarantee. I know what's going on because since I've been in this business, you get a rate sheet. So whatever the scope of the stop is, if it's a white glove for this particular retailer, okay, boom. If it's a white glove with an assembly, then boom, I know it's this much. If it's a threshold, I know it's this much. If it's a curbside, I know if it's this much. Now, if I got a guarantee, I'm just getting a flat rate no matter how many stops, right? But
Gotcha.
in most cases nowadays, you're gonna know you're gonna get paid per stop. 65% of it. You sure it's not 65% of what the rate is per stop? So if they charge a 150 for the delivery, you sure it's not $65, 65% of the stop rate?
You got me on that. I gotta double check that.
So
You know what I'm
so so
saying?
you so you don't know. So you be in the
Yeah.
chat trolling everybody and you don't know. You see what I'm saying? So you got you gotta know what you making. I'm not doing shit if I don't know what I'm. First of all, I'm not sending no truck nowhere if I don't know what I'm getting paid. Period.
Got you. I
Straight up.
got
And
you.
and that live stream show, I turn shit away. I don't give a goddamn what it is, what you offering. If we don't agree with my term, because I know what it costs me to run my business, I'm not
Got
gonna
you.
accept nothing because you think you throwing the world at me. You may think it, and to other people they may think it, but I know what it costs me to run my business. I know what I want to make. You see what I'm saying?
Got
I'm not in this shit for no nickels and pennies and shit like that. You
you.
see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Nickels and pennies
Got
ain't gonna allow you to grow.
got you.
So you gotta know you gotta know what it costs you to run. You gotta know what you gotta understand what it costs you to run to know what you want to get. And then whatever it is you want to get, you got to stick by it. But you got to know what they offering you before you can run it.
Got you. I got you. I'm gonna go back to the building and sit down with some people, have a conversation. All right. Well, you pretty much answered that, man. I want to tap into some questions about that moving, man. Now some of these questions I'm gonna ask you about this moving, since I've been watching you. I know you probably answered this already, so feel free to say, hey man, I answered that already. Go watch the video. No problem. I get that. So I know my first one I had on this list here was when you running under the table when you first getting started, So you're recommending starting with a 16-foot versus a 24-foot, right?
16 versus a 26. Yeah, I would.
I meant 26 foot. I'm sorry, not 24.
Mhm.
All right, got that. All right, so that's one question. Now, um, this is my other question. So when I buy the truck, since I'm running under the table, starting like how should I register the truck? I
I
mean,
I
if I'm
I, I wouldn't I wouldn't buy a truck if you're gonna run on the table. Moving, you should be able to rent a 16-foot box truck and pay for
okay,
it. With one move will cover the 16-foot box truck,
all
literally,
right, so
with and profit. Like if they give
got you,
you a 16-footer for 300 a week and 12 cents a mile, literally a one bedroom move, you'll cover the cost of that for the week with profit, no problem.
got you.
So I
All right,
wouldn't go buy a truck for something that you one are not, you know, licensed to run, and you just really testing the waters to see if it's something you really want to do. You know,
all
if it was
right,
like OTR or something like that, then obviously I would say no. But the margins with moving and the cost of a 16-foot box truck rental, like literally a studio move will cover the cost of the rental for the week.
got you. All right, so you saying basically when you starting, you rent it versus buying it. All right. So
For
this
for
question
that,
I'm gonna
for that, for
ask
that, for that, for that,
for just starting out, right?
for the moving, how you starting it? Yeah.
All right, got you. So this question, I know you done answered this already. As far as the equipment, what would you need as far as just getting started? I know you gotta get your shrink wrap. You know what I mean? You gotta get what the little square floor dollies, right?
I got a video that I was on back of one of my trucks and I showed it. It's
Okay. Yeah, like I said, if
uh
it's something that you went over and you just want to refer me to a video, I'll do that. Like I ain't gonna take up all your
yeah,
time. This is just some of the thoughts I had.
yeah, it's a video I did. It's called uh uh equipment and materials needed when launching your delivery of small moving business. It was 9 months ago. I did
All
it nine
right, so
months ago.
let me write that down. Equipments and material needed. A video that you did 9 months ago. All right, got that.
Hmm.
All right. So okay, and this another one I believe that you probably answered already, but I just had it on my mind, so I want to ask you.
Hmm.
Um, since you want a new, like you say, you always say you want a new, just starting out. I wanted to
Hmm.
know how much I should charge per man, right? How many men I should start with, and as far as the truck fee, the price for that, it's like a four-part question. And then how much do I pay each man per hour? So let me
I was
repeat that for you.
I would start literally with you and one other man. Two guys. I would start at $100 an hour, and I would pay the guy like 25 an hour starting off. I would just do it with you and one other man because clearly you need to be out there so you can learn what you're doing as well.
Okay.
You don't want to do too big of a job. 16-footer, you don't want to do nothing starting out no bigger than a one bedroom. Obviously, you don't want to do like third floors. The most you probably want to do is a second floor, one bedroom. So anything up to a one bedroom. And then as you get
Okay.
comfortable, as you learn the techniques, learn the angles, learn how to wrap certain things, how to maneuver certain things, how to pack a truck, um, the right systems to make the job, the loading and the unloading efficient. Once you get a chance to do moves in different settings, different types of homes like bungalows, ranch style, Georgians, bi-level, all these different homes. I don't know if they had like these same type of home types down there in Georgia, but you know, different homes require different, so like a bungalow, pretty much every bungalow is a carbon cut copy. When you go in, you got the foyer, and then to the right or to the left is the living room. The basement is usually 3 or 4 steps going down, and you got to make a sharp turn. Ranch styles are pretty much flat. You don't not using it. There's no stairs. Then also like apartment buildings, you know, understanding and learning the systems of apartment buildings, the type of equipment you're gonna need, speed packs, you know, how some apartment buildings, how the dock may be a distance from where the freight elevator is. And then when you get up to the floor, the freight elevator to where the apartment is. So learning the system on how to make the job more efficient. So there's a lot of things that you got to learn with moving in order for you to be able to scale and train and grow. It takes about a good year,
Okay.
because there's just a lot of different settings and different, obstacles uh, that you may come across. You know, you may see a specific couch time and time again, but moving it in uh, a bungalow is different from moving it in a ranch and different from moving it in a high rise. That same couch is just going to be a different task, and it may be a little bit difficult depending on the type of place you're trying to move it into. So it takes some few years to really learn the moving business. So
Okay.
yeah, I would start off small.
Got you. And what about that truck fee? Like I recall in the past you saying about like what 125, 150, something like that,
Uh,
right?
yeah. So if it's local, I mean, you just starting off, so you want to be competitive, maybe $100.
Okay.
And then if you going out a little bit further distance, then you might want to go dollar increments. So you want to start like suburbs that are like bordering wherever your local areas. You might want to go $25 for neighboring suburbs, and then as you go farther out, then just tack on $1 a mile. So if you're going 30, 40, 50 miles out, then if you got $100 truck fee, if you're going 50 miles out, $150 truck fee. You want to keep it
All
simple
right.
because one, you under the table. Two, under the table is a lot of competition now. A lot of competition. So you gotta make sure your price is competitive, and you still want to grow. So you need reviews and things like that. So you need to book jobs. So you want to make sure your price is at a price point where you're booking jobs so you can get reviews so that you can be more visible.
Got you. So that was going to be one of my questions that you kind of answered already. So let me just repeat that back to you. So like, cause I had down here, probably minimum, maximum 50 miles. So you saying do a 50-mile run, and then any neighboring cities outside of that 50 miles, maybe an extra $25,
And then a
and
dollar
then
from there on
and
out.
then
Yeah.
and then $1 per mile outside of that, right?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So all right, here's my other question. So another thing, right? So since you under the table, right?
Mm.
And you pretty much just accept cash only, or do you do like Zelle or Square? Like, how
Uh,
was you doing that? Because
you
I,
do
I watched
credit
the
card.
video.
Credit
Credit card
card.
too.
Hmm.
So all right, so credit card, cash, and all that stuff, right?
I mean, nowadays I don't know if you really want to take cash. I mean, when we was
Okay.
first getting started back in the day, yeah, we was taking cash. Square didn't even exist back when I first got
Yeah.
started. It came like a year or two later. So yeah, we was taking cash, but in today's day, you could be on your second or third move and you may have $1,800 in your pocket. You really
You
want to be
right.
walking around with that type of cash and you sweating and the money all stuck. Like I remember back in the day, I have all this money on me and it would be soaking wet and stuck to the inside of my you know what I'm saying? But nowadays with the crime and the shit that's going on out here, I don't think you really want to be walking around with that type of cash on you.
Got you. I just was basing that off that video when I see, what I mean, you had all the cash lined up, so I was like, maybe it's good just to
But
take straight
that was
cash.
yeah,
But like
that
you
was
said,
over
that was
that was
years
over
ago.
10 years ago. That was like 2011, 2012.
Got you.
So yeah.
Got you.
But
Got
no,
you.
today's times, no, I wouldn't no cash because you only want to trust your guys. So even with the trucks I was running, I had trucks where they were taking cash and bringing the cash back to me. So even if you're looking at a point from scaling now, you only want to trust people with that type of money. Like back then, you could
Got you.
trust a truck make $1,600 and they would bring you that money back. Nowadays, because they understood that if that money didn't come back, they wasn't gonna have no job. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And then they would have somebody on their ass. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays they willing to take that risk because everybody is bang bang shoot them up, and
Yeah.
they could literally steal that money from you. Go to their phone and they got 20 apps that they can steal your money and still go get money.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas back in the day, those opportunities didn't exist. It was like, I'm not gonna screw over the person that gave me an opportunity when nobody else would. You see what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't
Okay.
even take the cash today.
I bet. So you do credit, debit card, and all that stuff. All right. So I know you said in videos in the past that I watched a minimum of 2 to 3 hours, right? That's you quoting somebody from the door, right? Like a
2 hour
minimum
minimum.
2 hour minimum. Okay. All right. So let me just write that down. 2 hour minimum. Now here's my other question, right? So let's say you want a job and they go past 2 hours, right? So you notice that two
Prorate in
hours.
15-minute increments.
Yeah. That's what I had. I had that down. I said, I know you said prorated and 15-minute increments. So 2 hours done pass, and you look in the truck and you like, well, ma'am or sir, you got more stuff. It's going to take more than 2 hours. Do you say? I mean,
No,
like,
you don't say nothing. A 2 hour minimum
okay,
doesn't mean that the job is going to be done in 2 hours. 2 hour minimum means if the job is done in less than 2 hours, the customer still pays a 2 hour minimum. That's the only thing it means. If the job goes over 2 hours, you just charge them for whatever it is. The only time a 2 hour minimum, the whole purpose of the 2 hour minimum is to still get paid for 2 hours if the job takes less than 2 hours. Most moves are going to take at least 2 hours or more. Every now and again, you may get a studio that is, a whoop bam, thank you, ma'am, a first floor to a first floor, a garden to a garden, or a garden to a first floor, whatever, where it's minimal things. They already got everything pretty much ready to go, and you could get it done in an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. But they would still pay that 2 hour minimum. You see what I'm saying? If the job is 2 hours, it goes over 2 hours, then it's just prorated whatever it goes after the second hour. It doesn't mean the job is going to be done in 2 hours. And that's how you have to explain it to the customer, because just like how you presented it like that, a lot of customers think a 2 hour minimum means you're going to get the job done in 2 hours, and that's not what a 2 hour minimum means.
So
it just means
you pull up to the customer, right? And you about to start the move. You swiping that card for that 2 hour minimum from the door, or you
no,
waiting till the
you
whole job done?
charge them at the end. You charge them at the end.
Okay, got you. All right, so just charge them at the end.
See,
Okay,
I didn't have to worry about, because we weren't never moving Man in them. We weren't moving Pookie in them. Pookie and them was
Okay.
renting U-Hauls, and we had them covered on that too. Pookie and Ray and Man, they not finna pay $200 an hour. They gonna go get a U-Haul.
They gonna
see
do
what
it
I'm saying? Right. So my clientele, they paying. They paying.
Gotcha.
They got pizza set out for the guys. They what y'all want? They order Jimmy John's, the pot bellies. You see what I'm saying? So
Got you.
it's a different type of clientele.
Got you. So it's like you pretty much pulling up, hey, Miss Finkelmeyer, or whatever the case may be.
You pulling up and you saying, okay, we here. You do your walkthrough. As soon as you pull up, the clock start.
Okay, got
when
you.
When you doing your walkthrough, the clock is already. As soon as you pull up and you glance at that address, clock start.
Got you. And they know from the door that you got to pay me at least for 2 hours. But Miss Jones, I done been here about 3-4 hours. You know, the 2 hour minimum is what's required, but you got an extra 2 hours that you got to pay me, and then boom, you get paid.
No.
Let me know.
2 hour minimum is a 2 hour minimum. That's it. See, your verbiage is everything. Listen, when you explain to the customer, and they say, okay, we charge $100 an hour with a 2 hour minimum plus $100 truck fee. And if they ask questions like how you kind of confused, no, ma'am, that means that, if the job is complete with under 2 hours, we would still require a payment for 2 hours. There's a 2 hour minimum. So even if the job is under 2 hours, you still have to pay us for 2 hours, right? Anything after the second hour is prorated in 15-minute increments.
Got you.
All
Pretty
right.
much. Plain and simple.
So if the job is 4 hours, it's 400 plus $100 truck fee. It's 500. If it's 4.5, it's 450 plus $100. If it's 4 hours and 15 minutes, it's 425 plus 100. If it's 4 hours and 6 minutes, it's $400 plus hour. If it's 4 hours and 8 minutes, it's 425 plus the $100. So it's prorated.
Got you. All right. And then, like you said, a lot of it had to do with that clientele. You know what I mean? Like the people that you're dealing with. So, you know, they're going to understand and they won't have no problem with, you know, paying you accordingly.
You should, no, I mean, if it's 5 hours, they owe you $500 plus the $100 truck fee.
Got you. Okay.
Listen, eventually somebody going to stain you. It's going to happen.
I guess that's what I'm pretty much, you know, getting to. Like, yo,
it's going to happen eventually.
Like, man,
it's going to happen,
I don't
but
have
you got
all that.
Well, no, it's not going to happen like that. I hear like an echo in the back. You got the playback on another screen or something?
How it sound now?
Yeah, it's better. So,
all right.
I mean, the person who's staying you, they already planned on staying you from the beginning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I still hear it. You got to playback. Yeah, if you watch it on the TV and on your phone, you got to turn the TV, mute the TV or something.
Yeah, I did that. I muted it. You still hear put up?
Yeah, so you gotta yeah, if they're gonna stain you, they knew they was gonna stain you from the jump.
Got you. Okay. All right. And then another question you already answered. I remember you saying start with like college moves, studios, 1 bedrooms, things like that. So you answered that already. Now, as far as the marketing, like, because you know, ever since you mentioned that Thumbtack joint, man, like I kind of signed up for Thumbtack, even though I didn't sign up to get the leads, man. But man, I be getting like 2-3 leads popping a day. So, you know, like I said, I didn't pay for the leads. They just be sending them to me, like letting me know what's in my area. So that's why I was like, you know what, when I do the call and I'm gonna ask them about this moving, you know what I mean? Because them leads is coming in every day. I just didn't want to jump out there and not know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's why I wrote these questions down.
The ones they sending you is opportunities. You don't want to take the opportunities. Never take opportunities. Okay. Yeah. Don't go for that. Because you're gonna pay more for them, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna lead you to a dead end. It's a reason why they pushing those, because either the person is not responding, it's something that's not, you know, good. So you don't want to take those opportunities. You want to go only for the people when you pay, that's contacting you for that's inquiring with you for a quote, right? Those are the people that you want to go after.
All right. Now, besides Thumbtack, like, would you recommend, you know, like you say, under the table, would you recommend like doing Facebook ads? I know you have mentioned Craigslist in the past, but what about Facebook ads and maybe mail campaigns? Nah.
Hell no. Mail campaigns. What you think this is? You still got a phone book in your crib?
Nah, I'm a real estate agent too, man. So you know what I mean?
No. A mail campaign. Come on, man.
Yeah, send out fellas.
No, that's a waste of money, bro. This ain't 1987. Anybody looking at people don't even check their mail. No, man, I rarely check I might check my box every 3-4 months. But I have a stack of mail like that. Cause I pay everything online, bro. And then all that, the mailers that I get, man, that shit goes straight in the trash. I don't even bring that shit back up to my unit. It's a trash little receptacle right there. I toss that shit. I ain't looking at none of that shit. If that shit ain't got my name on it, if it says resident, the address in the unit, man, that's garbage, man. So if you want to waste your money on that, you know, hey, no.
I mean, you know, I'm just asking the brother that, you know, done. I just want to see what your opinion is on that.
No, you do what I told you. You do the Thumbtack. If you want to print some flyers, you print minimum flyers, whatever the minimum you can get. If it's $250, and you take them straight to store, you take them straight to storage facilities. You're doing direct marketing, because you know the people that's coming in and out of storage is either looking to move in or move out. That's direct marketing. You're not wasting money on unsure. You don't want to spend money on a bunch of people that ain't moving. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Like I said, I'm just running, little marketing ideas by you to see what you say as far as your opinion. That makes sense with the mailer. All right, so here's another one, right? So let's just say I'm up and running, I'm making decent money, and I decide I want to go legit. So when I decide I want to go legit, right? Do you got to get like, I think you might have said this before, and I don't know, I'm not sure. Your DOT, your MC, and then I know you gotta do your IFTA, the registration and the IRP and all that stuff. You know about the IRP and the IFTA,
If
right?
you are you going over state lines or you just want to do local?
Well, I
See,
mean,
moving is a little bit different. So here's what I would
okay,
recommend. I would recommend you. Obviously, you're gonna have to get on with your state. So you gotta get federal, and then you gotta get state. Right. I don't know
got
how
you.
Georgia operates. Every state is the requirements are different. Some states are a little bit more lenient. Some states are harder. My state is hard to become a licensed mover. It's a lot of hurdles and political shit you got to jump through. You got to go in front of a judge. You got to put your hearing date in the state newspaper. It's just a lot of shit you got to go through. People can show up to your hearing date and object. Not every state is like that. So you do need to get your MC right. You would check
Mhm.
household goods. I'm pretty sure in Georgia you do got to get some type of state license. I'm not sure. You would have to research into that and the proper channel that you have to go through to get it in uh Georgia. Uh and I would start. I mean, you could go cross country. Then yeah, if you go cross country, then you would just get everything else that you would get for going OTR, except you would
Yeah,
get a
pretty much.
household. You would get a household goods instead of a general freight.
Okay, got you. So that means you would need the IFTA. That's that internet. That's that fuel tax for when you cross the state lines and all that.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
When
and the
you
IRP. That's the registration.
when you going, man, I hear that echo again. When you
I
going
don't know
across
why.
state line, yeah, you got me on. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I do
It
got
it
you
it
on
it,
speakerphone.
it just started though. It wasn't doing it at first. It's getting worse actually. So
You hear it now?
test test test. Yeah, but not as much. But not as
Yeah, cause I
loud.
don't, I don't have nothing on, man. It's quiet in the crib, man. I mean, I do got you on the TV screen as well, cause I wasn't sure how this is gonna play out. But I got the volume on mute, man. The only thing
You
that I
said
can hear is you on my phone.
you s- you said you live in Georgia, but it sounds like you from New York.
I'm from Jersey.
I knew you was from somewhere in the East Coast.
Yeah, I ain't from down here. I just moved down here, but I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I don't got that southern accent, man. I don't got that twang in my talk. And they say I got an accent down here. They be country as hell down this mother. No disrespect to anybody on the live from Georgia or nothing or the South, but y'all the ones with the accent, not me.
so uh, yeah, I think you got to go through. Oh man, yeah, it's bad, bro. That shit got loud as hell.
I don't know why. I ain't got nothing on. I don't got nothing on in the crib, man. Nothing. I'm gonna turn my TV off. Tell
All
me
right,
if you.
so you got to go through the Georgia Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division. That's who you would
Oh,
go
oh.
through to get licensed as a mover down there in Georgia.
So the Georgia Attorney General,
Mm-hmm.
and what do you say, Consumer Protection Division?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I got
No, no.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Georgia Department of Public Safety Motor Carrier and Compliance Division, DPS. I'm sorry. Georgia's Department of Public Safety Motor Carrier Compliance Division. It's the state agency responsible for certifying movers and enforcing state laws down in Georgia. That's
And
who
it's
you would
called
go through.
DPS, you said, pretty much?
Yeah, DPS.
All right, yeah. So I'm a researcher. I could find that DPS. All right. All right. So I got that out the way. That out
Yeah,
the
you got.
way.
Yeah, that shit sound horrible, bro.
I don't know why, bro. I don't got nothing on up in here. How about now?
I don't know. I ain't said nothing. But that shit got louder from nowhere, out of for no reason at all. So
I don't know, man.
yeah, I don't
I
know what the
think
process is down there. I don't know if it's, you know, I doubt if it's shit. Ain't shit like up here, bro. Shit that you gotta go through up here to do shit is just ridiculous, bro. So
okay. So this is something that I know you. I believe you went over as well. Like, so with that truck fee included in that truck fee, that'll be like your fuel cost, your material cost that you charging, and all that, right?
yeah, so it would be lumped up in one uh lump sum. So pretty much
Okay.
most moves. I don't know how your market is down there, but most local moves average 5 miles from point A to point B. Most people don't really be
Okay.
moving across town. They literally most people on average, at least here, are literally moving within the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They ain't moving far. 5 miles. Yeah, that shit getting bad, bro.
Damn, and I just turned the volume down on the phone. I don't know. All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
look, I got about three more for you, man. Then I'm gonna hop off, let somebody else get on, man. I know you had mentioned before too about like the hours, like the that people could book. So did you say before like 8 to 11, 1 to 4, 6 to 9? What was those hours you had said before?
You said the hours that people can book.
Yeah, remember we was like do three moves per day. You want to have a morning, an afternoon, and an evening. Like, what are the hours you recommend?
I mean, the earlier the better. Shit.
Okay,
Man, that shit
got you.
is horrible, bro. You want to
Damn, it's
start?
still horrible.
Yeah, bro.
I
That's
don't
like
know,
I'm
Mark.
talking
That
to
might be
myself.
that new headset that you start wearing, man.
That ain't me, boo. That ain't me. I ain't changed none of it.
All right, I got two more for you. Then I'm done, Mark. So,
It just
uh,
started when it wasn't doing this at first. That I would have mentioned it.
I don't know why, man. But
Here,
as
drop,
far as
drop, drop, drop down and come right back up. See if that fix it.
what I do, just hang up.
Just hang up and click the link and come back up. See if that fix it.
All right.
Yo,
That's better.
yeah.
All right. So two more, and then I'm done, man. So as far as like when you recruiting for help and drivers, like how do you recommend going about that? Like, Facebook ads, Indeed, like, you know what I mean? Migos, like down here, the Migos don't hang out on the corner like they do like back up in Jersey, man. You know what I mean?
Mm. You could do Craigslist. Just vet really, really good. You could use Indeed. Obviously, you want to try to find people that got some type of experience.
Exactly, with the experience. Okay.
But then you want to watch them too. That's why you gotta be on the truck, cause man, these dudes nowadays, man, man, it's a different ball game out here nowadays, man. You can't trust. And then the Migos, you gotta be careful with them, especially the migrants. I don't know if they got them down there, but man, a lot of the migrants, man, ain't up here to get a new life, man. They stealing and robbing and all type of shit. So you gotta be careful who you sending in people's house. I never had an issue with theft ever, ever.
Gotcha.
And the reason why is because I only hired people who came through as a referral for the most part. It was very rare that we hired somebody that walked in the office and asked for application.
Okay.
So back during my building process, everybody needed work.
I
So it was
understand.
easy for me. If you came through somebody, then you was responsible for who you brought in, and they weren't going to do nothing crazy because I was going to end up taking out on the person because you brought them here. You
Gotcha.
see what I'm saying? So you gotta, that system always worked for me. So out of all my years, I never had a theft issue. And like I've heard stories, I've had customers call and say, "Man, I forgot I put this pistol here, and they turned it in. I forgot I had this money stashed here, and they turned it in. And I wanted to know if it was okay if I gave them a few $100s a piece because I had 50,000, and they could have stole the whole thing. So Can I give them each $250 a piece? And so nowadays, person finds some shit, bro. You gonna hear about it 2 or 3 days later when the customer calling you talking about they can't find it. So you got to vet. People hide shit all the time, and they forget that they hid shit.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I know pretty much like when you under the table, ain't nobody on paper. You ain't doing no W-2 or 1099. You get paid and then you pay them. But what about once you decide to go legit? You know what I mean? Like once you got your experience, your year or two in under the table, you ready to take it to the next level and go legit. Did you have your workers on W-2 or were they 1099?
Nah, W-2.
W-2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Well, look, I think that's about all I got for you, man. I mean, you making me look at this moving thing a little bit different than the way I was looking at it. I mean, obviously, like you said, man, times has changed and a lot of things ain't working the same way as it was when you was in the game. So, it just give me something to think about. I think I might just concentrate on more of what I
I
heard you
I
say.
I think there's opportunity there, but here's the thing: if I was getting in right now with all the knowledge that I have, I wouldn't. Damn, there go the echo. There go the replay again. I wouldn't scale to where I scaled to before. I wouldn't even try.
Okay.
I wouldn't even try. Uh, but to each his own. I mean, you might have a network or a pool of people.
Which I don't.
So, there's a lot of parameters. It's just a lot of variables, I mean, that you got to look at. Things is different now.
Yeah. I
And
can
I'm
hear
not
based
saying
on
that
it.
I'm not saying that to deter you. I'm
Nah,
just telling
I
you that
got you.
to forewarn you.
Nah, I understand.
People are different. The times is different. People are more destitute. You have a bunch of new people in the country. The cost of living is higher. People are willing to do more things to get ahead that they probably wouldn't have did 10, 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, there was some level of dignity.
Okay.
If a person sees something sitting there nowadays, the decision of them doing the right thing versus the wrong thing is more so going to lean in the unfavorable side. Whereas 10,
I
15
got you.
years ago, a person would have did the more righteous thing and just turned it in and returned it and said, "Oh, Mr. Customer, did you realize you left an envelope full of $100 bills tucked behind the dresser or taped behind the dresser or under the mattress?" So
Yeah, nowadays they taking that, they putting that in their pocket.
there you have it. So you got to
Yeah.
get a little bit more cautious of, a
Yeah.
lot of
Nah,
things.
I appreciate your opinion, man. I figured, like I said, I've been watching you, you know what I mean? I be trolling and everything, me cracking up on some of these jokers, but I was like, I thought about the whole moving thing, man. I was like, I don't want to just jump out there and do it. Then I appreciate you offering this call-in free mentoring section because I could have been paying somebody a couple $100 to ask just these couple questions that you answered. You know what I mean? But I think I might fall back from trying to hop into that and just stick to, trying to lock some contracts down in my area. You know what I mean? Because I like that little play in that scenario that you had ran probably about like a week or so ago when you was like, yo, if I was back in the game, I get a cargo van, I go lock this contract down. Then after that, I go put a single mom in there. While I'm over here, then I go get this, I go get that. You know what I mean? You was just painting the picture on how you could scale and not being just dedicated to one company. You know what I mean? Like you trying to get all the box trucks or whatever. You know what I mean? Eat up all the contract, eat everybody food. So I might just focus more on that opposed to trying to jump out there with the moving, even though that sound like a good hit. You know what I mean? But like you said,
I
things just
think
ain't like it used to be when you was
yeah,
out there.
that's what I'm saying. I think cargo vans is the easiest to scale in. Now, if I was coming
Yeah,
in with a cargo van, I could probably do 50 cargo vans right now. All just simple.
got
It
you.
would be
So
harder
so
for me to scale a so the way you saw me scale a box truck business, and when I showed it in the live stream, the montage live stream, it would be really difficult for me to do it in that same time frame that I did it then now. But I could probably scale a cargo van business faster, bigger than I scaled a box truck business in that time frame then now, right?
got you.
And I'm looking at it wholehearted, not just off the volume, but off the freight, right? But I'm looking at it off the from a hiring aspect. You
Got
know,
you.
like literally one day last week, I was driving and in a short distance, like I think I was coming from the gym or the grocery store, so like not even a mile, maybe like an eighth of a mile. I saw 3 Amazon vans
Hmm.
on the same street, not on the same block, but from where I live to the gym, it's like a straight shot down one street. And I saw like 3 Amazon vans. And I always look because every time I see them, it's a woman. It was
Yeah,
each van I saw was a woman. Even with the FedEx and the UPS, you see more women. You
yeah.
see
And
more women. So like I wouldn't even, I know I can't hire women to do final mile. I can't hire them to do moving. And I would enter into something, me personally, if I wanted to scale, that I know the opportunity for the work would be there, but the hiring wouldn't be that difficult.
got you.
It's
So
always
let
going
me
to be.
ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you about to say. I'm
I
sorry.
said the hiring will always be difficult, but with the vans, with that small parcel, it's opening me up to a bigger pool of applicants.
Got you. I understand.
And these dudes, I ain't, I don't know what they doing. You see what I'm saying? I don't know
Yeah,
what they doing, but even when I see the garbage men, I see women on the waste management truck
yeah,
struggling to
yeah.
push the dumpster. Like I drove past a police cadet training. It was more women running around the Chicago Police Department training facility than it was guys. I don't know what dudes is doing now,
Yeah, man. I
right?
mean,
But
everything a little bit different now, man. I mean, I always salute the women, man, and tip my hat to these single mothers, man. Like, they definitely be doing what they got to do to hold everything down. You know what I mean? Even though they probably made some bad decisions, with some man-mans and shit. But, you know what I mean? But they definitely going to do what they got to do to take care of them kids. But with that being said, too, right? Like maybe about a month ago, I was on the Amazon DSP little webinar, man. I think I kind of heard you voice your opinion about DSP. I
mm,
mean, from what I got from you, it's kind of like, I don't really know, because it's like you back in like a job setting, but as far as the ability to scale and dealing with exactly what you just spoke on, as far as seeing these vans and everything, I mean, what is your honest opinion on that, man? I mean, would you be interested in that if you were trying to,
mm-mm,
nah, you ain't doing it?
mm. I was I got uh I got back in 2017 I got offered a DSP.
Okay.
Um and through the onboarding process I walked away from it. It was a I was destined to fail. I mean,
Okay.
they would have cut me anyway because I would have got cut when they switched the program around. This is back when I got offered. This is back when you had to rent your own vans. This is back when all the Amazon vans was white because the contractors had to rent them from Enterprise or Ryder, right? So once they got rid of that program and then bought their own vans and then started leasing them to the DSPs when they just shifted and got rid of the old DSPs, and hired all new DSPs under this new model, I would have got cut with the old program. So it was a blessing in disguise because I still would have been on the hook for a lot of money. But no, I wouldn't do it because you run your own business, but I mean, if you read a lot of the stories from a lot of DSPs, uh, it's a system that you know they market it like you're running your own business, but technically you're really working from. You have no say so, none. And this is I'm telling you this from me going through the onboarding process and getting the packet and me asking questions and shit like that, like down to what you pay your employees that do the deliveries. Amazon tells you what to pay. You don't have any say so in no aspect of it.
Got you. I mean, because they kind of promoted like like you said, like it's like a franchise, and
yeah,
you
but it's not, because they could terminate you at any reason, at any time, for any reason, and a lot of people have. You see stories and news articles of people that got lawsuits that they got you on a metric system. They rate you. You go through reviews that whatever their highest review is, people that have had high reviews, the top have gotten 30-day notices, and then they make them sign an NDA and they give them a severance. And if you don't sign the NDA, they don't give you the severance. And when they give you a 30-day, they tell you can't tell your workers for 2 weeks because they don't want them to jump ship, because they want you to finish the 30 days and then they within that NDA they say, well, you know what, and your drivers, they can go work for another DSP once we terminate you, once the 30 days is up. So it's a lot of, I just, me personally, no, because it's too much uncertainty there. Like if I own a business, I want to be able to control every aspect of my business.
Gotcha.
Every single aspect. Like I didn't go through the trials and tribulations of starting a business to, be under the thumb of somebody. And this is what I was talking about earlier, and this is what I talked about on the montage. I got all the Amazon shit. I just didn't show it on that. I could do 2 or 3 more of the montages. So, I walked away from that in the middle of the onboarding process. A lot of people would have stuck through it, but I was smart enough to see the writings on the wall. Yo, this shit ain't making sense. These numbers ain't adding up. Yeah, you telling me I'm gonna operate on a 7 to 10% margin. Yeah, 20 vans, it sounds good. Yeah, me telling people, oh, I got the Amazon contract at that time. All that shit sounds good. That's some flash shit. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at the amount of work, right, that had to be done and the amount of money that would have been coming in and not having say so. I don't want to pay these guys what they was telling me I had to pay them. But I didn't have no say so in the matter. No, you have to pay. I think it was like $14.22 or something like that an hour. I forget what the exact number was. No, this is what you need to pay. And they was like, man, you need to start with 20, and 30 days you need to ramp up to 10.
Yeah.
I mean the 30. In 30 days you need to ramp up another 10 to 30. So it was just a lot of shit that they required that didn't have reasonable like okay, so they only gave me 30 days to ramp up 20 trucks, 20 vans rather, right? So once I went through the onboard and I had to source 20 vans, I had to source 2 dispatchers, I had to source 40 drivers, right? Because only the first 20 drivers, they're gonna max out in 4 days, 3.5, 4 days, right? So then I gotta have another 20 to 30 drivers to run the rest of the days, plus some alternates, right? I gotta hire all these people. I gotta host a hiring event. They're not gonna pay you for 45 days. It was just a lot for me to get up and run. Now the money, what I was been making would have been an average amount on the net about $900 a day to $1,000 a day running 20 vans. right? Because it costs so much money to run that contract, right? And you know, with the 99% efficiency rate that they wanted, to me it seemed like it would have been more trouble than what it was worth. Now, obviously, now in hindsight, that difficult decision that I had to make, and it was a difficult decision. Now in hindsight, I made the right decision, right? I'm not the type of person that just because something is being offered to me, I don't give a goddamn who's offering it. Tesla, whoever. Yeah, it sounds good, but if it doesn't make sense, then I'm smart enough to walk away from it. I don't get
Gotcha.
caught up in names. I don't get caught up in titles. I don't get caught up in the lights, the cameras, and the action. I get caught up in the bottom line.
Got you. So
So
based on what you're saying, when it come to, like you said, if you had to re-enter, it sounds like the way you would go. Because I've been hearing you say that lately. You would definitely go the cargo van route. So you'll just pretty much try to scale your own cargo vans up by locking down a bunch of contracts. Then, pretty much,
yeah,
right?
I don't need Amazon. No, yeah, I
Yeah.
would just do it. I don't need to run Amazon. You see,
Yeah.
like you could run. Yeah, see, here's the thing. You know where I see the people who are successful in DSP with Amazon? The big boys, the companies that were already like FedEx contractors that came in on the Amazon and purchased Amazon routes, right? They have an infrastructure already in place that they understand and know how to work that many vehicles on those very small margins. To the average Joe that Amazon promotes that to, hey, come in, you got $10,000, come in,
Shit, they
start your
want
own business.
30,000.
Okay, well, whatever it is now. Back then it was 10. All right, so it's 30,000 now, right? So come in, start your own business. To the average Joe that's never ran a business, they hear one thing: Amazon.
Yeah.
All right, and everything else, all the fine print, they don't see it or they don't understand it. All right, and
Yeah.
if you've never managed something on that scale before, you're destined to fail. Right? And Amazon doesn't care because even with the vans they give you, they got a company called Element that's handling all the fleet management for them. When they terminate you, they're going to give you a bill. You on the hook for every single scratch and ding that's on that vehicle.
Mm.
You're leasing it from them. You're responsible for it. Pay attention to all these Amazon vans. They scratched, they dinged. Somebody's going to pay for that.
Yeah,
At
they,
the
they
end of
pretty
that
they pretty
contract,
much went over all that when I was watching that thing, you know what I mean? They say, hey man, any damage get done to the vehicle, that's on you. But we take care of all the maintenance, this and that, the insurance and all that. Like you pretty much go through them for everything. You
you
know what
go
I mean?
through
But like you
you go
said, when
through
it comes to that damage, you are
the
held
damage,
responsible
all
for that.
that. You responsible for everything. Amazon is indemnified from every and all liability. Your driver hit somebody's dog, they suing you. They might try to sue Amazon, but Amazon got the lawyers that, hey man, they're a contractor. So even though you are an independent contractor running from Amazon, you have no say so in the inner workings of your business when it comes to Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
get
but
what you're
but
saying
but
on
but
that.
but you're liable. But you're liable for everything. So
Yeah,
to the individual who wants to start business and get involved with that, just me hearing that would be enough for me to say no. But a lot of people, we're not talking
they
about
caught up in
relay
the
because I know
name.
people think we talking about relay mechanic. We talk about DSP. They get caught up in the name.
Yeah.
They hear the name, they hear the opportunity, they hear the amount of vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't understand the liability and what comes along with it. Listen, if you don't know how to successfully run one truck or two trucks or three, how you expect to run 20 or 30? That's why when you look at the best performing DSPs, they're DSPs that have DSPs across the country. And if you look further into those companies, these are companies that have more than likely been running FedEx contracts and other large scale contracts with somewhere else, right? With other companies. They have the infrastructure, they already had the know-how to operate that contract successfully, right? Uh, because they've been doing it or they've done it for years. But to the average Joe, no. And this is why they ultimately fail. Like, I've read so many testimonials from past and present DSPs. You know what I'm saying? And all the stories are similar. You know what I'm saying? So no, I would rather just, come in and build up my own thing on my own. 20 vans just to make I don't know what it would be now, but then it was 20 vans, I would be netting $1,900 to $1,000 a day. Could do more than that, building my own thing.
Got you. And FedEx, they offer something like that as well, like buying the routes and all that. I mean, you feel the same way about FedEx too? People just
I
caught up
think
in the
I think
name.
I think FedEx is a little bit more because they've been doing it. So they started contracting. They switched their model to just contracting it out like in 2001, I think. So they got over 20 years experience of doing it like that. Amazon has only been doing this about 10 years now, or a little
Okay.
less. So, FedEx has a lot more experience doing it this way. Me personally, no, I wouldn't want to deal with any one of those companies.
No, I got you. I get what you're saying. I mean,
Me personally, but to each his own. I don't want to be controlled and then but still be liable. If I'm
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
if I'm gonna be controlled, let's split the liability.
got you.
You
Got
know
you.
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
and then
I'm
with
not.
you,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, and then with your past experience and knowing yourself and see how you built what you had going on from 1 to 2 trucks up to 15. I mean, I guess you could feel like that to where it's like, if I step back in the game, I don't gotta partner up with no giant. You know what I mean? Like I could take something
Well,
small and turn it into something big myself.
yeah, I've done it, and then
Cause
I
you've done it
just
already. Exactly.
right, and I just don't want to. Here's the thing, like if I'm gonna be controlled, we gotta split the liability. If y'all not willing to split the liability, I don't want to be under your thumb. But then when some bad shit go on, I'm out here on my own, and I've seen that
Yeah.
happen. You know what I'm saying? So with the metrics that they have in place, it brings a level of stress. And that's why I think you see a lot of fails, with a lot of those DSPs because they have a requirement that they have to have a 99% efficiency rate, a completion rate, right? So that could put a driver under an enormous amount of stress where they start to make mistakes. And this is why you see a lot of fatalities with Amazon more than you see with UPS and FedEx, right? And then, the drivers are not as trained as they are with those other companies. It's
Got you.
literally you see an ad on Indeed and you go through a background check and I don't know what the training process is, but it's a van. They pretty much just put you out there, but you got this enormous amount of stress on you because you got to do this many stops. And with Amazon, they don't want you to come back into the DSP. You got to have a 99% efficiency. It's very
Got you.
rare out of all the years that I've been ordering something from Amazon that I didn't get the package when they said it was going to get it. Like, they stand on that shit.
Got you.
So
Hey, let me ask you this because I don't know if you spoke about it before. I never heard you, but what do you think about like the government contracting? Have you ever touched on that and talked about government contracting for like transportation?
yeah, a lot of people ask me about that because they see all these other people talking about it, and then I have to put the reality into place.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
a lot of
I
these
know
guys,
it. I know it ain't
a lot.
easy.
Well, no, one is not easy, and then two, it's just for a lot of people, they just not like, bro. Like, the one thing I did with government contract, you have to have a lot of vehicles, man.
You gotta have a lot of what?
Like vehicles, right? So
Okay.
like certain opportunities they have may require X amount of vehicles. You got to have an infrastructure for it. So, but not all cases, you know what I'm saying? That's why you don't hear that many people coming in saying they got a government contract. You hear more people saying, man, I'm going to get in the government contract. I've been on YouTube 10 years. I've been doing these live streams for about a year and a half. And I have yet to have somebody come up and say they got a government contract. So with all my subscribers, as many live streams as I do, it's not a big niche. I've yet to have one person come up and say they got a government contract.
Got you. Well, I mean, like you said, as far as like with the vehicles, I mean, do you think like, if you build a relationship with like a company like Ryder or something where you could go into like some lease agreements, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing, it's the infrastructure. We did lottery.
Okay.
We did lottery tickets.
Mm-hmm.
How many places sell lottery tickets?
Shit. Every damn near every corner store.
Corner store,
Gas
liquor
station.
store, gas station. So that's a lot of routes for a lot of vans every day. You think they're going to deal with one person, or would they rather deal with a multitude of people that got fleets of vehicles?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they would deal with multitude of people.
I think they do it different now. I think they ship I think the store owners order it and they ship them to them now. But back then, it was a delivery. It was like a messenger delivery, right? I don't think they do it like that no more. I think they ship them. They can go on like a website and order them, and they'll ship them to them overnight to them. However they do it, right? But back then, like, you had to have a nice amount of vehicles in order to get that.
Got you.
So I know a lady who got a government contract for school buses. You think they're going to say, okay, we just going to bring your one? When you go to a school, a public school, and you see all the buses lined up, they all have the same name on them. You don't see ABC Bus Company, EFG Bus Company. You see ABC. You might be 10 buses, and they all say ABC.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
So you get that government contract for the bus, and let's say with the city municipality, they say, yo, we want you to cover. We got hundreds of public schools. You think they want to deal with a shit ton of mom and pop bus companies, or they rather deal with maybe 6 or 7, and each one supply about 100, 150 buses?
Yeah, I mean that's the same way like how these
all right then.
big companies look at it, when they're dealing with the 3PLs, like, you know what I mean? You might got a Lowe's, and Lowe's ain't just going, I'm gonna come in there and tell Lowe's I want to rock with them. Now they're gonna pick, like you said, that 3PL company, and then let them subcontract the work out.
So same thing with any other. Look at the construction government contract. You've been on a construction to do a highway. You could be a new startup. You may not have the capital to, if they say, man, this is a 2-year project, a big company that's national like Walsh, right? And this is a big project. Walsh got all the equipment. They got the new shit where they taking the fucking concrete barriers, what they call it, the road zipper, where it just picks the barrier up and it just runs down and it moves it from one side to the other, where you got a new startup company, Gomez and Sons, where they still only 3 or 4 years in. They ain't got the capital. They ain't got the equipment. They ain't got that new state-of-the-art multi-million-dollar shit that you see Walsh got. So if it's a government contract where they like, yo, we want you to repave this and fix this bridge and do everything from mile marker here to mile marker there, can Gomez and Sons that's on the new get that? And, when you're dealing with these government contracts, they don't pay you like you get paid from a 3PL or a broker.
Yeah, they do like a net 30, like.
Man, they do a net quarterly. They pay you quarterly. Yeah. You gotta have the bread.
Yeah, you right.
I mean, January. January to March 31st, you're not getting that check until beginning of May.
Man, you can always factor it, but that's just gonna
Bro,
cut into your margin.
you gonna factor a government contract?
I mean, can you?
They gonna give you an invoice to factor it?
I'm just I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, bro. Like I'm
Bro,
just saying, maybe you can
listen. See,
factor it.
that right there separates the little guy from the big guy. See, the big guy, they got capital.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
You think
they
Walsh
gonna
is
cover it.
you think Walsh is factoring? Or like, come on, bro. They got billions of dollars. The Walsh family got billions of dollars.
Well, I mean, the small guy got to start somewhere, though, Mark.
The small guy is hey, we need you to fix these bike lanes. We need you to lay some concrete and fix those bikes. See, they can go for those types of contracts.
True. I mean, like I said, they got to start somewhere.
When it comes to these, right? But even still, you gotta have the infrastructure, right? You gotta have the equipment. You gotta have the manpower. You gotta have the insurance.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, I put myself in that small guy's shoes. I know if I was going up for something like that, and I know I wasn't really equipped, you know what I mean? Before I even initiated, I would try to network and, maybe with some other contractors and then come together as a force. You know what I mean? If you think that would make sense, but like you said, on your own, you probably can't handle it. So it's like, all right, I know what my goal is. My mission is to get these contracts, and I know they might require more than what I got. So before I even start applying for them, let me go around and build some relationships, maybe with some of those bigger companies, and let them know, like, hey, sir, at FBG, landscaping or whatever the case may be, paving. Hey, listen, I've been working on these government contracts. I can't handle all of this, but I was able to secure the contract. I know you're in a better position than me. I want to bring you on.
You know how I got the lottery? I didn't go looking for that. It was presented to me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people that come into this, I'm hearing that replay again. I'm hearing it again.
I don't know why, man.
I think a lot of people that come into this, they want to shoot too big from the beginning. And that's why I always talk about that humble beginning stuff.
Yeah.
I think if you shoot too big from the beginning, it's a you destined to fail.
I mean, but I agree with you to that to a certain extent, but failure is a part of success, though, Mark. You know what I mean?
It is, but damn, you want to fail at the beginning?
I mean, it might be like that sometime. And then
here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with starting small and growing. Everybody I know that starts small and grow. Everybody I know that starts small and grow has a long, illustrious career. The people that can't see the forest from the trees, that want to jump into something and go straight to the top. How you going to jump in and go to the top? Everywhere in between was learning steps. You don't know shit. You don't know shit.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't know shit. That's why you see these people today and they gone tomorrow. Where's all the guys that was talking all this big shit 2 years ago?
Well, where they at?
No, I'm asking where they at. Where they at?
I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I mean? It's just I'm gonna just say it's different strokes for different folks, man. Because me and you around the same age group. I'm a little bit older from you, right? Older than you, and I'm from that type of environment as well. That's just like you coming out on the block. You know what I mean? And you gonna start off as a little man, but if you got the big man over here, like, look, I'm gonna put you in this position. You might want to jump to that instead of staying a little man. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might fail or you might come up short sometime as far as your profit, but you
come up short on the block with some profit. What's gonna happen to you? You over with. Your career over with. You over with. It's the same situation.
I mean, as long as you got that main man right, and you willing to take the loss, then hey, I took a loss this time, but I still got the plug. I can always keep going back to the plug till I figure it out. You
Hey
understand what I'm
man,
saying? Like, but now I get what you're saying, because sometimes
you
it is right to start small
you
than
said
to
you
jump
coming up
out
short.
there.
You
But
coming up short on the plug, and the plug gonna let you keep coming
no, no,
back
no,
to
no,
him.
no. We not gonna never come up short on the plug. I'm a bite the bullet on that. I'm gonna make sure the plug right, because I ain't gotta pay for it. The plug just
So
throwing it to me. If the
yeah,
plug
but
throwing it to me and I'm making $1 off every 100, I'm good. If
see,
one time
see,
I come up with only making 50 cents off the 100, I'm straight with that as well. Now I just gotta go back to the drawing board and say, you know what? How can I keep the plug happy, but get back to making that dollar? You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. I definitely agree with you to a certain extent. But like I said, sometimes you gotta fail your way to success, because you'll
and,
sit back and you realize what you did wrong, and then you reapproach the situation. But that's everyone is different. Like you
and
said, a
that's
lot of these jokers that came in the game, they got sold a dream more than likely for seeing the influencers, that a lot of them wasn't even doing the stuff, sold them a dream, then they went out there seeing it wasn't sweet. But
mhm.
then you got some that went out there, they did it, they jumped out, and they might have took a hit, but they never gave up. You know what I mean? And like me and my man, we watch you, and you know what I mean. And I tip my hat to you, bro, because at the end of the day, you show receipts and everything. Like your shit is legit. Like I could name drop a couple of these jokers that I be watching on Facebook and all that. That I'm like, man, this nigga scam, man. That nigga ain't real. But your shit be making sense the way you talk. And then especially when you did that video a few weeks ago when you was showing the bread. I'm like, oh, okay. I told
but
my man, I said, oh, Marky Mark was really out there getting it, bro. He
but
was
here's the
getting to that
thing.
bag. You know
But
what I'm
here's the
saying?
thing. It took me 2 years to do that. Like I used to get flack for not showing shit, right? But it
Yeah.
wasn't. Here's the thing. It wasn't for me to show, right? I felt like now was the right time for me to show that, because I'm in a different stage of educating as far as like content when it comes to this box truck shit. Because we're in a
Yeah.
time now where everybody that's watching this shit is really out here in the midst of reality. Back then, it was
Yeah.
fantasy land. I could have showed a lot of shit, and I could still show a lot more shit,
Yeah.
right? Uh, but showing it then, I would have been caught up in the mix of all the fucking bullshit. Even though I really did it and got the shit to show for it, it would have been
Yeah.
me caught up in that bullshit. So I took all the bullshit that was coming my way, and I'm still here. It was people saying, "Oh, he ain't got no trucks. He don't know what he talking about. Don't nobody want to
Yeah.
do final mile. Don't nobody want to do moving. We don't
Yeah.
believe him. He don't show shit. He don't show shit." And I never let that get to me. I just kept putting my content. I kept educating the people who could listen to me and comprehend. Like, yo, person ain't gonna have this much knowledge if they haven't done it.
Exactly.
So
I mean, a
regardless
lot of
of
jokers was
him
lifestyle
showing,
marketing.
right, regardless of if he shows anything or not, he has
Yeah.
too much knowledge.
Exactly. Like I
So
said, your
I
shit
I,
was making sense.
I never showed my trucks.
Yeah, you right.
I always used to say, man, I kept 2 trucks. Never showed them until like
Yeah.
recently. I don't do shit because people are testing me I do shit when I want to do it. You see what I'm saying? At the end of
Nah,
the
I got
day,
you. I mean, you and
at,
I tell you
at,
like this,
at,
bro. The way I look at you, man, like your whole mentality with this is totally different than them other jokers. Like you said, I mean, I follow you. I watch your content. I mean, you ain't doing this for the money. You don't need the
I don't,
money.
I don't, I don't, I
You know what
don't.
I mean? You
It
like you
ain't no
said,
money. It ain't no money. Ain't no money to
yeah. I mean, like you said, you giving back. You know what I mean? Like you like, hey man, I done made mine. You know what I mean? I know it's people out there trying to get in the game. They want to be
get.
successful. Well, look, here go a brother that's gonna bring it to you real. I don't want your money. You know what I mean? I'm just doing this out of love and shit. Like this like a charity for you. And I just want to say out of everybody that I've been listening to for the past 2 years, you are the most official. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you ain't asking nobody for nothing, man. You take time out of your day, bro, like 2, 3, 4 times a day, sometime, man, just to sitting around and talk to jokers like myself and other people that got questions that if they would have went on some of these other channels or Instagram followers, man, them dudes would have been whacking them over their head for bread, and they don't even have the experience. They probably going off something that they just watched from another YouTuber and things like that. You know what I mean? Like I get it. Like I done been on some of them other jokers joints like clowning them, like, you know, just to name drop, like that time old boy had dropped that one that you was like, if your first job ain't working, why would the second one work? So I went up in his DM one day. I said, so what I'm supposed to do, big homie? If the second one they were like, what I'm supposed to do? Marcellus, you know, my content ain't for everybody, bruh. You know, I'm like, man, you on some bullshit, bruh. Like I get it. Like you just doing it for the money. You ain't really out here trying to, you know, educate and help nobody. Like you still in the trap. You
and that's
still
why
trying to get it.
and that's why
You
I
know what I'm saying?
disassociated myself. Like I don't,
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
I don't, you know. Here's to each his own. You're gonna have people that listen to certain people. You're gonna have people. It's a lot of people that don't like me. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot
I
of
guess
people
because you
that,
straightforward with it. You know what I'm saying?
but yeah, I'm straightforward and I don't sell people
You
no
ain't
bullshit.
sugarcoating it.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And you know, and I challenge some of this misinformation that's out here. And a lot of
Yeah,
people don't like that. You know, this content shit, uh, as far as the creators, what I've learned to realize, it's like new form of reality television. I guess to some
exactly.
type of aspect. So you got some people that get caught up in the celebrity of it, right?
Yeah,
And their followers get caught up in the celebrity of it too, and they can't see the forest from the trees. Like a person could literally tell you some misinformation. I'm like, you mean to tell me out of everybody that's in this live stream, did nobody just catch that? So it's just a room full of fucking retards in here that's saying, oh yeah, bet gems. So all y'all fucking retards is basically what all y'all are fucking saying. So
yeah,
when I came to the realization, like, man, it ain't about the information. It's about the individual. So either
exactly.
people gonna buy into the individual who actually knows what they talking about, or people gonna buy into an individual that don't really know what they talking about. They just bought into the actual individual.
That's
They
it.
not listening to the message, taking it back,
Digesting it.
fact checking it,
Yeah,
seeing if it makes sense.
yeah,
Once you follow a person long enough and you already done went through the fact checking and he official, then you can kind of take shit at face value and run with it because you already done been through the process of fact checking shit. But people just get caught up into the individual instead of the information, right?
nah, you
So
right. Right.
people hear shit like 70% profit margin and other bullshit that they run across and just accept it.
Yeah.
You see what
And
I'm
just jump
saying?
out the window and try it instead of, like you
So, but
said,
I say God bless
researching
them.
it.
But see, here's the thing: I say God bless them because we need people like them.
Nah, you right. And
You see
that's
what I'm saying?
I agree with you on that too.
We need people to make bad decisions. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody can't be over here. You got to have some people over there too. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you know,
Hey, like they say that the top is lonely, man. Everybody can't go. Benny the Butcher.
yeah,
Everybody
it's
can't
lonely at the
go,
top.
man.
It's lonely at the top. You know, so
Everybody
to the
can't
to
go.
to the individual that's looking to strive for success to build a successful business, it would be in their best benefit to consume information that's ultimately going to help them get there.
Yeah,
So and not get caught up into the individual. So
yeah. And what a lot of jokers gotta realize too, man, is that, like I said, I'm from a certain era, man, and it's like, yo, everybody ain't meant to be no boss, man. You know what I mean? We need workers out here too. You got to know your position. You got to know yourself and play your position. I mean, you hear a joker come across the screen selling you a dream. You know what I mean? That joker ain't no boss, man. That joker's a worker himself. He just trying to hustle you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't see through that.
You got a lot
They
of
don't see
you got
through it.
you got a lot of people that see you from Jersey.
Yeah,
I'm from Chicago. You got other people that
yeah.
from New York or maybe Houston or LA. But a big scope of the people that watch may not be from a big market. So, and a lot of people that's on the internet. Here's the thing: for
They
each
from Middle
person that
America.
right, familiar. So for each person that let's say that's out here misleading or let's say scamming people, all they need is one person for the day.
That's it. Word
That's
up.
all. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? And
I
eventually they
yo,
go and find that one person.
hey, yo, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like I used to sit back, like, damn, like when I like it was a couple people you had, like this one dude talking about how he dropped 10 grand on this, and they going, I called my boy up. I said, damn, yo. He said, what's up? I said, yo, man. I said, I ain't built like that, bro. I said, but listen, man, it's a lot of people out here, bro, that you could get, man. All you gotta do is just keep making the offer. Somebody gonna bite, bro. But my man be
Mhm.
telling me, he like, yo, but you know, deep down in your heart, you ain't built like that. Like I'm not out here trying to scam nobody, bro. But it's a lot of people, bro. Like the dude that was doing the real estate out of Philly, telling people you getting 30% return in 30 days, 60 days,
Oh
Caesar
yeah, yeah.
opinion.
Senior
I'm
opinion,
like,
yeah.
damn, yo, like, yo, y'all really think it's that sweet? But people that gullible, and they
People that
looking for a
gullible.
quick fix.
Yeah,
They
people
doing
that
it. And
gullible.
I used to be like, yo, why I can't just sit at home, come up with a little program and market it? But deep down inside, that ain't me.
Mhm.
I'm not with that.
It,
I don't want to be
it
scamming nobody.
it ain't worth it at the end of the day.
It ain't. It
You gonna
ain't.
make some quick
All,
money, but your name eventually gonna turn to shit.
exactly. All
So
money ain't good money, bro. Like that's how I was born and I was raised up, man. Like all money ain't good money, man. And you know, I believe in karma, man. If I'm gonna put something out there, man, I'm gonna try to help somebody and let them succeed. I ain't trying to get over, but it's just crazy, bro. How so many people out there that you could just get over on, man. And it's just ridiculous, man. And you know. Everybody want to be a boss, like you said. Like I run across a lot of jokers. I don't want to work for nobody. Generational wealth, this and that. And I'm like, man, you fail to realize that when you start your own business, bro, you working harder than you did if you was working for somebody. So you talking
here,
about you don't want to work for nobody? You about to
here,
work 10 times harder
here's the
until you
thing.
get that business operating on its own where you can step back and let it run itself, bruh. You just bought yourself a job. That's all you did.
Here's the thing about the generation wealth, and I mentioned it recently. Anybody that believes that they have to start a business to create generational wealth is an idiot. They're an idiot. You don't need to start a business to create generational wealth. You
Exactly.
don't. You don't. Most boomers created generational wealth from just working on their jobs.
Yep. Exactly.
I
It's
know
investing,
some.
making the right investment,
Right.
making the right
So
investments.
so the reason why is because a lot of them are taking care of their millennial and generation Z kids now because they don't want to work. The reason why they're able to do it is because they made the right moves in the right plays when they worked on their job that they can afford to do so. Right?
Yeah.
So you don't need to start a business to create generational wealth. So that's
Yeah.
just another play that a lot of these influencers use
Exactly.
to lure people in, but it's stupid. And people that believe that, this is why they fall victim because they believe this dumb shit. You
Yep.
don't need to start a business to create generational wealth.
Yep.
It's
Cause I,
people that out here. It's people out here that are doing gig work that are creating generational wealth.
They just making the right moves. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people like, oh, I'm gonna start this company, this and that, pass it down to my kid. Man, your kid probably don't even want to do that shit.
That's
You
not
know
even
what
the
I'm
way
saying?
business. That's not even the way businesses work now. You build a business
Exactly.
to sell it nowadays.
Exactly.
Businesses lifespan are shorter now. That was back in the day. And see that
Yeah.
that's how you know who you talking to. When you hear people say
Exactly.
this shit, you can tell the mind frame and the level of education when it comes to business in the current setting where they at mentally. Like, ain't nobody building a business to pass down. Like, businesses don't even have that long of a life expectancy anymore.
Exactly.
You
And then
build
at
a
the end of the
business to
day,
sell it.
that's what I'm about to say. You want to build a business to max it out and then sell that joint, and then hopefully when you sell it, they'll hire you as a consultant. So you you know what I mean. So you can
But
consult the business.
and that's even if you want. I mean, but most people now they take the money and they go build something else.
Or
Here's the
that
thing:
too. Yeah.
if you are a visionary, you can continue to build. Your desire is to build. I
Exactly.
built this. I sold it. I profited.
Exactly.
I'm taking the money from this. Look at Elon Musk. I think
Exactly.
as he looked back from PayPal. PayPal was
Yeah.
the engine that started everything else that he got going on. With
Yeah.
SpaceX, him buying into Tesla, the the microchip in the brain thing for paraplegics, like all this shit. The buying of Twitter, he ain't looked back.
Yeah.
But PayPal, he built it, he scaled it, he sold it, he
Yeah.
moved on.
Or you could build it, scale it, and then borrow against it, and you know what I
I
mean,
mean,
and do something else with it. You know what I'm saying? People
so
don't know the power behind them SBA loans and everything, man. You show them folks you got a nice little cash flow, you could go ahead and get a loan, and you know what I mean. Like you said, start something else and scale that, and just keep doing it. You know what I mean? It's plenty of these big companies out here. It's one company you know about, but you don't know about all the other companies that they own. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
That's the way it worked, man. But you know, hey, man, it's a whole different generation, bro. Because I mean, I'm telling you, I hear it all the time. I ain't trying to work for nobody, man. I'm generation. That's the main thing. I don't want to work for nobody, and generational wealth. I'm like, damn, yo. Like content
hey,
creators, they got y'all all fucked up, man.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Let them stay
Especially
the
the
fuck.
ones that ain't even
Let them
doing it themselves.
let them stay fucked up. I
Yeah,
need
because
them.
like you said, we need that.
I need them, bro. I need them
We
to
need
bring me
that.
my. I need them to bring me my DoorDash. I need that.
Yeah.
I need them to continue to do the things that I don't want to do. As
Yeah.
long as
I
they
need
keep having that fucked up mindset, I
yeah.
need them to continue to do the things that I don't want to do. I don't. If I don't
Yeah.
feel like going to pick up my food, then we got somebody to bring it to me now.
Yeah.
If I don't want to clean up, I can go on Thumbtack. I can go hire somebody to come in here and do some dusting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like grocery shopping, I can go on an app and I can find somebody
Instacart.
to go do that for me.
Yeah.
I need these valet guys. I need those guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate them.
Yeah. Nah, no doubt, man. I mean,
I appreciate them. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm
it's
not
just
shitting on it. I need them there. I need them there.
exactly.
You see what I'm
Everybody
saying?
got to play their part in this world, Mark.
So everybody,
Everybody ain't designed to be on top, man. That's
right?
just the thing.
So here's you can give a person to play, and the person if their mindset ain't there, they not gonna do it anyway.
They
I
not
literally
gonna do
told people plays without I tell people shit and drop hints. Only a few people to catch it.
it. Yeah.
Only a few people to catch it.
Got you.
Like it was so much money being made in the past week or two. It's pathetic. Like
Yeah, man.
literally.
I ain't going. I'm about to tap into your members only, man, because I see you heavy on that crypto and all that stuff. Like I was against all that stuff. I was like, man, that shit ain't real. But you know, you say stuff like that when you don't know about it. You understand what I'm
I,
saying? And you know, I listen to you. I see what you, man. I done had a $20,000. I'm like, yo, man, this dude knows some shit, man. Like I said, our age different ain't, our age gap ain't that much. I probably got you by about like 5, but you know, I know where you located at, how you talk and everything. I'm like, yeah, me and him, we like the same as far as, what I mean, environment grew up in and everything. And I'm like, yo, man, this brother right here, he got it. Cause you know what? I said this to myself about you. I said he born and raised in the Chi, like when you did that ride around that time.
I was like, yo, I'm pretty sure you had plenty of opportunities to go left, but you went right. You know what I mean? And if you would have went left, bro, with that mentality and that mind frame you got, boy, you would have been you would have been somewhere probably doing life right now, bro, if you would have went left, man.
Well, my brother already went left, so I
Yeah,
had
and I
to
know
go
your
right.
story about that. I
So I,
got
I
you.
wanted to make sure my OG had at least one son that went the right route. So
Exactly.
she said one
That's
that was left and one that was right. So
Yeah, yeah, you right, you right. I mean, I respect that, bro. But like I said, I just tip my hat to you because I know the environment that you was around or that you may have been raised up in. Like I know it was plenty of opportunity to go left, but something deep down inside of you just told you, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Because when I heard you say your story about going to college, then once you leave school, you go do flyers for Def Jam, you go work at the Gap. I'm like, yo, bruh was hustling, but you was doing it the right way. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't want that instant gratification that a lot of people our age group grow up on. You know what I mean? Because me myself, I got caught up in that instant gratification thing, but I knew I was always smarter than everyone around me. Like I got a little college background and everything like that. But see, I always when I was on the left field, I always had the boss mentality. Like I always ran my own little thing. I never ran for nobody because I sat back and I peeped the game. And I'm like, man, I ain't gotta do this for these people. I could, do my own little thing. But, in the back of my mind, deep down, I always just wanted to be a boss at something. So now, you know what I mean? I done flip the table, do my own little contracting thing with the trucking, and I got a sales background. So with my sales background, once I got into, the sales community, like I done sold cable, personal training. I'm like, yo, this just like left field, but it's legit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a realtor. I got over 15, 20 years in sales, bro. Like that's my thing. Like I like to sell, but I just came up doing it the wrong way. I was on left field. You know what I'm saying? But just said all that to say this, man. Like I said about you, bro. Like I'm like, yo, man. I know, bro, had plenty of opportunity to go that route, but he went this route, and you built your empire. Like when I looked at those pictures of you when you was showing them when you was showing the young Mark, I was like, man, that Joker right there, bro. He had a game plan. He had a master plan. You know what I mean? He ran
I
with that
appreciate it.
shit.
I
And yeah,
appreciate
you
it.
turned it up, bro. Cause like you said, and then like your brother older than you, right?
Now he younger than me.
Oh, he younger than you. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I thought maybe he might have been older than you. I was gonna say you probably
No,
saw what bro went through and was like, nah, I ain't doing that. And then I
yeah.
could tell you like the mama's boy,
Nah,
kind of,
I'm
sort
the
of, right?
well, I'm the person like she here. She just had surgery Tuesday. I'm taking care of her while she recovers.
Yeah,
So
I got
I'm
you.
the
I
I'm
feel
the
you.
one. I wouldn't say the mama's boy. I'm the responsible one,
Nah, I
right?
got you.
So somebody got to do it.
Nah,
So I
I
look at
feel
it
you,
like
bro.
this because I was thinking about it earlier. Like I'm like, damn, she had this surgery. What if I didn't do things right in life? Would I would have been in a position where I could have been in a position where I could had to take
Take
off
care
a
of her.
job and
Yeah,
go through the recovery process? What if I was working a job, or what if I didn't do what I was supposed to do? Who would have been here for her at this time?
yeah,
It was just
yeah,
literally she told me what the situation was. She set it up. I went there, had her there at 4:30 in the morning. I sat there all day with her. I'm making money during the whole process. You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man.
I
Yeah,
went back when they put her in the recovery room. I helped her. I took her to the car, and she's been here with me. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make until she's able. When I see her moving around and shit, then she can go home and drive and do it. I'm running back and forth getting prescriptions and doing that stuff. If
yeah,
I was working a job or didn't take care of my business the right way through those years, who would have been able to do this for her right now as she's getting
no
older?
doubt.
You see what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
She's getting older. You see what I'm saying? Shit, I'm
Exactly.
44. You dig what I'm saying? So this is what
You
I was
said you
telling.
44?
I'm 44. So she
Yeah, see,
turns.
I'm I'm
She
I'm
turned.
I'm 47, so that's why I
Okay.
said we like in that same age group, bro. Like we going one person we gonna look out for. We gonna look out for Mom Dude.
Yeah,
Can't
and this is
believe
why I
that.
take that shit serious. I was telling another
Yeah, we
creator,
gonna
I
make
ain't gonna
sure
get
mom,
into it.
mom the
Like
number one girl.
I don't play that mom shit. I don't mention other
Yeah,
people's moms. I don't say because I crash out, boy. We'll put
yeah,
that ticket, and I ain't trying to, But listen, hey, boy, we'll go there, and
yeah.
there's a bunch of people that'll be following. Like we don't play that shit. So,
Yeah, we don't play about Mom Dukes, bro.
yeah,
That's that
yeah,
era that we grew up in, bro.
that's that era we
Mom
grew up
Dukes number
in.
one.
She number one, bro. So whatever I
She
gotta do,
number
whatever
one.
I gotta put to the side, I'm gonna make sure she 100.
Exactly.
She be getting on my nerves sometimes because the older
Yeah,
she
yeah,
get, she just be she used to be mean, but I
yeah,
swear from the
yeah,
day she retired, she just turned into this nice person. I'm like, damn, I want you to be mean. She too nice, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
she'll get
yeah,
on my she'll get on my nerves sometimes. But we gonna
yeah.
always make sure, and I just thank God that I'm in a place where like I can be there and not have other responsibilities where I gotta leave and worry. I could be there around the clock and make sure everything is straight. You see
No
what I'm
doubt,
saying?
no
So it's
doubt. You, hey,
a
you,
blessing.
you,
God
you.
kind of ordered my steps and set me up really, really good. And
Exactly.
I appreciate,
Yeah,
God for that.
he had a plan for you, bro. That's all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He knew where your heart was at. That's
Mhm.
how it is, man. Like I say, our age group, our era, man, like 70 babies, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
Mm.
that's one woman we don't play about right there, you know what I
Nah.
mean? Pop Dukes, you know what I mean? I love you, Pop Dukes. I'm glad
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
did what you did. You
I
helped create
I'll
me, but
I'll let a few slide with Pop Dukes, but the OG boy,
not not with
nah,
moms.
we gonna ride, boy.
We ain't playing that,
We
man.
ain't playing. So we ain't
Definitely,
playing, man.
definitely. Well, look, man, it was good chatting with you, man. You know what I mean? I had always said, I was like, I'm gonna hit the link. If Pippi up here, Pippi, I told you I was gonna hit that link. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I see them cracking jokes about you
They
in the
cracking,
chat.
that's cool. Hey, listen, man, what goes around comes around, man. You know what I mean? They better get it on right now, because
Yeah,
after this live, I'm going back to trolling.
yeah. I didn't really stick it to you because I'm not in that. I'm not really in that. If the OG wouldn't be here and I wasn't kind of in like a somber mood, I probably would have.
You would have laced me tonight?
I'd have laced you, but man,
Oh,
tonight,
man.
hey,
Hey, look.
tonight, if you want to catch a good cool mark, tonight, you better come up. I'm gonna take
Hey,
one
yo,
more after you.
I called it at the right time then, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you called in at the right time,
I
dog. I
called it
ain't.
at the right time, introduced myself, talked to you face to face. Now you see the troll for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
caught Marky Mark on a good day, man. That's what's up, man. But look,
yeah.
it was good kicking it with you, man. I appreciate that advice, you know what I mean? And just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Cause like you said, you know what I mean. I know you ain't doing this for the bread. You straight, bro. Like you really giving back, man. You helping a lot of people, answering a lot of questions. You know what I mean? And you really made Joker step up to the plate when you was like, look, man, moving forward, if you want questions answered, man, hit the link, man. Like I'm doing live mentoring sessions. So that really, challenge people and put them out there to see if they really want to succeed in what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Because you're here to answer their questions at no cost. You know what I mean? You giving back, you doing it on the strength. You ain't asking for nothing. So
Mhm.
anybody watching, man, or I mean, hey, what this brother doing right here, man, it's a good thing, man. And I be trying to turn people on to you, let them listen to you and everything. Cause like I
Mhm.
said, I done listened to a couple of box truck this and coach this and
Mhm.
big this and all that. But I'm like, man, them jokers just lifestyle marketing, man.
Hey
You
man,
know what I'm saying?
shout out to all of them.
Yeah,
Hey,
no doubt.
that 10G still up there too, man. Ain't nobody came to claim it. So I'm looking for a good debate, but I guess don't nobody want to debate.
Man, I don't want to debate with you, bro. I'm
No,
straight, man. But I'm
not you. I'm talking about the people you name.
oh the creators.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to ruin their brand if they do that. They
I
don't
know.
want to do that, man. You know what I mean? Hey, man, look. Just stay in your lane, Marky Mark. You straight, man. You good,
Nah,
man. Just keep doing
yeah,
what
I'm
you
chilling.
doing, bro. Hey,
Yeah, I'm chilling.
I'm glad you stopped. I don't know if you still deal with him or not, but I'm glad you don't deal with that old dude Kirk no more. That dude was a jerk, man. I ain't like that Joker right there, man. He weird as fuck, man.
Hey man, you know the thing with I just think it's a cultural difference, man. You know, a
Yeah, it
lot of
is
the
a
shit
cultural
that
thing, man. You know how them Africans, Jamaicans, they think they better than us American blacks, man. Like, come on, man. I know what time it is, but I let them jokers know, like, bro, you ain't no better than me, man. You know what I'm saying? But they opinionated. I try not to get into that, man. I just, do my thing and keep it moving, man. Like I kill them with kindness and all that, but being an older joker, man, I know what time it is with them people, man. Cause they get around the white man and be kissing the white man ass all day. When it come
I
to
just
us, just cause we
I just
American and like they said that what was that Sugar Hill? We are Akatas. The, the
yeah,
Akatas, we don't deal with the Akatas, the
yeah.
American blacks. They think that we ain't worth nothing, but I
Well,
don't sweat that, man. But
I think it's
I'm
just
just
a
glad I don't
cultural.
gotta hear that joker no more. You know what I'm
I,
saying? You know what I'm
it's,
saying? I was like, man,
I
shut your weird ass up.
I just think it's a cultural difference, you know, because
Yeah, it is. It
a
is.
lot of the people over there don't agree with me. You know, his subscribers that he got, the ones that really rock with him, they don't necessarily agree with the shit I say. So
But hey, man, they ain't in the same
I
position as
think
you, so
I well yeah I think ultimately the purpose of the show that was created, I think it served its purpose. You know,
yeah,
we probably ain't gonna agree on things because of the cultural differences, but you know, I did learn something from that. I learned that if people are raised different. The way I was raised and the way I was taught to look at things, not everybody was taught that way. And
yeah, no doubt, man. They just different.
you can't, you know, I just learned to accept it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I
no
just learned
doubt. I
to
mean,
accept it. So
one thing I learned, man. The serenity prayer, man. Accept the things you cannot change and change the things that you can. So,
right.
I don't let that get to me either, man. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign out, man. I done took up most of the time. What you got?
Mhm.
About 20 some minutes left.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another person if they want to come
All
up, and
right,
then I'm
bro.
gonna be out of
It
here.
was good chatting with you, man. I probably tune in another time. Other than that, I'll be in the comments trolling, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Nice talking with you.
Same here, man. Peace.
All right, let it. All right, I'm gonna take one more. I know it was more people, and I know it's a game on, but I'll take one more. I got a few minutes left, so I'll take one more. Somebody said, "Where is everybody?" It's a game on, and man, ain't nobody. Listen, this whole box truck thing. Listen, as far as the content, y'all probably don't monitor it. It's the same. The it's not there. Ain't nobody looking to get into it no more. And the less people that are looking to get into it, the more people that are coming out of it. It's gonna be less people. You know, you got people that got way more subscribers than me. When they go live, they have less live viewers than me. So I don't look at like that. Well, damn, why is it like that? I look at it like, damn, where is it? It's a testament to what I'm thinking. It's just that it lets me know where the sentiment is, and it lets me know that the demand for this type of content is not there for all the obvious reasons. So it is what it is. But I've been dealing with insurance issues all day. Did you get that clear polish? Yeah, I did. I did. Once I ended the live, I told her to slap one on there. Since y'all said it was all right. But I'll take one more call. One more call. And then I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. Oh, yep. And I did follow through. I shut the website down last week. So those 3 courses or 4 courses that were up there, they are in the members only. They've always been in the members only. So you can get those from out the members only. Coaching only on the call-in show. Only on the call-in show. So that's one less thing that I gotta deal with. It's that. So yep. So if you want that coaching like he just got, you gotta call in. We can wrap it up. We can wrap it up. You just gotta call in on the call-in show. So the website is gone and it's not coming back. It's not coming back. It is out of there. Out of there. Call-in show only for coaching. Who's the Costas is in here? Hey Costas, I went to and checked that restaurant out too. Provar. I went and checked it out. And what's crazy, I ran into a subscriber in that restaurant. He was sitting at the table next to me. He was like, Mark the mentor? Like, I be running into people all everywhere. Like, the places you least expect for me to run into people, I be running into people. The table right next to me. But yeah, Costas, I didn't like it. Me or my girl didn't like it. Overrated. We pretty much tried a lot of the shit, and it was overrated. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it. So that's my review on it. Because you are the restaurant tour. Yep. So, all right. Anybody else want to call up? Also, I just became a member, and I could say it's worth it. Okay. Yeah, I know I haven't been doing a lot of members only as I used to. I'm gonna try to get back to 1 or 2 a week. Just got a lot going on right now, and but for the most part, I mean, I haven't really been doing anything. I've been dollar cost averaging into the same shit that I've been dollar cost averaging into. Obviously, if you're a member, you know what ran up today on the crypto side. You know what's still doing good on the stock side. And June 10th, I think, is the day that, you know, if you're smart, you're going to dollar cost average it into what you know you should be starting to dollar cost average into on June 10th. And I think it'll be well worth your while in the next 3 to 4 years. So, you know, I'm going to continue to dollar cost average in whatever I end up at on the split, depending on what the day is with the shares that I already have. I'm going to continue to dollar cost in when it gets split. And on the next run up, I'm probably going to exit. Right? So, yep. So I haven't really done much, but I'm probably going to try to do one tomorrow or maybe over the weekend. Get one out. Just let you know what my thoughts are. What is that? Rich Juice says, I used to work at Provar as a contract cleaner, Mark. I'm glad to get a real review before I went to try it. Yeah, we went the other day. I had the vegan bolognese, bolognese. It was too salty. My chick had the chicken Alfredo, too salty. She had to send it back. We had the calamari. I was all right. She liked it. We had the shrimp spinach dip. Wasn't too much a fan of it. She wasn't too much a fan of it. The waitress recommended me try the blackberry mojito because I didn't really want to get too messed up. Usually when I just want to drink just to loosen up a little bit, I get a mojito. She recommended the blackberry mojito. I wasn't really a fan of it. What else did we try? We ordered a bunch of shit. The asparagus was okay. The temperature, I just didn't. Then they brought the food out, like they brought our entrees out, but then they brought my asparagus out like 10, 15 minutes later. They brought my drink out before they brought hers out. Like there was no consistency there. I just think for a place to be so hard to get into, right? With all these experience-based restaurants, and we in there, and these chicks at another table is the certain songs come on, they hollering and singing real loud and shit like that. I just don't like that shit. I don't like that. That's why I kind of commend the restaurateur from Kitchen and Cocktails, when he snapped on that chick during the pandemic before he opened up the one up here in Chicago, like, yo, you not finna be dancing and all that shit on the table. Like, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like that. If I want to go to a nice dinner with a young lady and have a nice, quiet dinner on a spot that's supposed to be whatever, it took me a lot of attempts to even get a reservation to get in this joint, and it was just, to me, it was mid. To her, it was mid. It was mid. So I say try it. I say try it. You know, I say try it. You know, but I probably won't be going. Yeah, we not going back. We not going back. We not going back. But shout out to that subscriber. I think he said his name was Darrell. He was sitting at the table right next to me. He watches. I know he watches all my content because he was going down all the content. But shout out to him if you watching. It was nice talking with you. Yeah. So who want to call in, man? You got some time? Nah, Pippi, I didn't get my. I just got a pedicure. Yeah, I didn't get no that. I just got a pedicure. It was alright, you know, my toenails, you know, whatever. Ain't nobody gonna see that shit no way. So, but it was cool. You know, I normally don't get the I just go in and have them buff it or whatever. You know, scrape all the cuticles and do all that stuff, soak them, clip them, rub them, put the hot towel on it, and be done. I just did that because you recommended it. To be honest with you, but no, I didn't get a manicure. I just got a pedicure that day. I just got a pedicure. He said, damn, Provar fell out since they moved. Listen. That shit wasn't, listen, I done been to some nice restaurants. And I know it's black owned and all that, but man, to me, it was mid. It was mid. So, but yeah, I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it at all. So I would have rather went to Gibson's. Straight up. I'd have rather went to Gibson's. I would have rather went to Morton's. Shit, I would have rather went to Shaw's. Shit, I'd have rather stayed home and cooked, to be honest with you. I went to RPM Italian the other night too. So I didn't like RPM Italian. I don't even like. That was my first time going to RPM Italian. I've been to RPM Steak. I haven't been to RPM Seafood, but it was my first time going to RPM Italian the other night. I didn't like that shit. It's crazy that the high end Italian restaurants, to me, I think Carrabba's is better than. And for that to be a chain, Carrabba's to me is better than some of these high end Italian restaurants. Should have went to Maggiano's. That's what I should have did. She wanted Italian. I really didn't care to have Italian, but yeah. I didn't care for Provari. You said because the Spanish people cooking the food. When Provari, yeah, probably so. But it was real salty. Like when both of us bit into it, we both was like the same time. Like, damn, this shit salty as hell. I just thugged mine out. She sent hers back. And but yeah. Said RPM is overrated. Definitely RPM is overrated. I don't really care for RPM like that. All right, anybody gonna come up? Marcellus took up the whole time. Maggiano's a spot with the leather walls. Yep. Probably should have went to Maggiano's the other night. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of these experience-based restaurants. I I think they all overrated. To be honest, if you ask me, they're all overrated. All right, we got 10 minutes, man. I'll kick it with y'all unless somebody call up. Jamal said no. What happened with Kurt? Did nothing happen with him. He on this channel. I let him slide for the nickel. I let him slide. I gave him a pass. I gave him a pass. And I also learned that I'm not going to bet nobody else on YouTube. And if somebody take up the debate challenge, we're gonna have to put that money into some type of account. The money ain't going. If the money don't come up, I'm not doing it. That money gotta come up. Well, I ain't gonna do it. You see, I was wilding in Kirk's stream the other night. Yeah, I was just trolling them. Hey man, I'm gonna get my 5,000 one way or another. So I might go trolling from time to time. When I hear him talking crazy and I just happen to be strolling and I see him live talking crazy, I might just pop in and troll him, and then determine on the level of how much I troll him, write an invoice out. So it might have been like a $250 invoice until I feel like I got my $5,000 worth, and then I'll stop. So yeah, other night he was just talking crazy. So I had to go tell him that what he was talking about that shit wasn't standing on shit. Shit wasn't standing on nothing. Mark, have you ever been to Nobu over the price? So I was supposed to go to Nobu. Actually, I had a reservation for Nobu. And she was like, man, see if somebody if it was any cancellations for Provare. And sure enough, it was like 3 slots that opened up for Provare. So she really wanted to go to Provare. So I canceled the Nobu and we went to Provare. Now, I haven't been to Nobu. I want to go, but I'm not like too thirsty to go. I'm pretty sure I'll go sometime before the end of the summer. Ocean Prime? No, I haven't been to Ocean Prime either. How long has it been since you ate meat and stopped? So I haven't ate meat since December 31st. Why did I stop? For a healthier lifestyle. See if there was any changes within my body. The only thing that I noticed is I don't be as bloated, and like sometimes when I ate certain meat or ate, the night before, I would be bloated and my stomach would be like in a knot sometimes. So I don't have that early morning bloating and those knots and shit like I used to have. But other than that, I'm still kept my weight. I haven't lost any weight. It's just I feel better. I was talking to one of my homies the other day. I might go back to eating meat maybe at the beginning of the year. But yeah, it's been 6 months. As of Saturday, which would be the first, it'll be 6 months. But yep. It ain't that bad. I mean, like when I went to Provare, that vegan bolognese or whatever it's called, they use Impossible meat. Like the Impossible and the Beyond, it's like really you can't tell the difference. I mean, even tofu, if you know how to season your tofu up and cook it right, you could make your tofu taste like whatever. You could make it taste like chicken. You could make it taste like steak. So really, you ain't really missing nothing. It's more expensive. But yeah, that's why I stopped, and that's when I stopped. How did you sign up to get loads from XPO? So when I ran with XPO, I was running with a company called Urban Express, and XPO bought Urban Express, so just automatically folded under XPO when they acquired Urban Express. T-Force, I told that story plenty of times. T-Force, they had the IKEA contract and they were failing at it miserably, and they that was like one of their first contracts that they had that was dealing with big and bulky, because for the most part prior to them getting IKEA, T-Force was pretty much just like a messenger service. They dealt with small parcel, so they contractors were just damaging shit, right? So they decided to contract out moving companies, and I just happened to be one of the moving companies. Actually, the branch that called me said I was at the top of the list. So they went on Yelp, they found a bunch of moving companies, they called meetings. I got called in. We went through the rates, we agreed, and that was it. So I actually got commission. Like, I didn't know T-Force existed. I didn't even know about a 3PL. I didn't know about none of that. My whole Final Mile company, the reason that was created was because I got a call. My moving company got a call from T-Force, and they asked me to come in for a meeting. That was my introduction. So that's how I got with T-Force, and then with XPO, I got we were with Urban Express, and when XPO acquired Urban Express, then one day we were at Urban Express, the next day we were running for XPO. So you can go to the company, or you can apply on their website, or if they got an Indeed posting up, you could apply that way. If you apply on their website and you're not getting any feedback or any responses, then you can always find a local branch and go chop it up with them that way. Just make sure you bring all your paperwork. Yo, how you feeling?
Let me cut you off the TV, bro.
All right.
What's up with you?
Chilling. Oh, you from
I've been in
Chicago,
tune
ain't you?
with you. Hell yeah. I'm from
I could tell.
I'm from up here. I
I,
ain't ran away.
all right, as soon as you started talking, I could tell.
I same with you, nigga. I've been watching you a couple weeks. Same with you.
All right. What's the deal?
But look, I just got them and jumped in, man. About a month ago. I got all my credentials, right?
All right.
Goddamn it, I want to start box trucking, but I work a full-time job. I'm making six figures at work, so that's where my capital come from to push this business. I got me and my old man running at least 3-4 days a week. We gonna start. We ain't started yet, and I'm renting. I'm at 400 insurance a week, and I'm at 500 rental a week. My scheduled launch date is June 14th. I've been in tune with you.
What lane
Go
you trying
ahead.
to run?
Box
OTR?
trucking, bro. Just these surrounding woo-wops, like these goddamn it, I say at the most 700 miles at the most.
But over the road though, right? You going on a load board, right?
Yeah, I've been watching them low boys. Of course they let you in, but you can't do shit. So I've been watching it. Be motion coming out of Chicago, hella motion coming back to Chicago. I be looking, I'm damn. Then dispatches on my ass already. I'm damn. Okay. I'm trying to see how you cover. How you feel about it?
You said your old man gonna run the truck?
My old man gonna run the truck mainly. I ain't in that motherfucker really, but I'm insured to drive it, so I'm gonna do my thing.
But you said you got a full-time job.
Hell yeah. When I jump in this shit, I'm gonna take a little leave and I'm gonna and get it going. I got drivers waiting, but I can't throw no nigga out there with all my money like that on the line, man. So I want to get it going myself and
So
get a nigga with me and we could turn up.
you got your rental is $500 a week.
Uh,
How much they charging you for the miles?
I think it said like 55. No, that was the original. It was at like 35 cents a mile
Oh hell no,
for Enterprise.
no,
That ain't it.
nope. You
What's
gonna
the
fail.
play?
You gonna fail. That shit too high. 35 cents a mile, 500 a week plus 35 cents a mile. So do the math. Shit,
Right.
you need to be down to at least somewhere between to nowadays. Shit, if you can get you probably ain't gonna get 10 cents. I would say somewhere between 12 and 18 cent, 19 cent on the high end.
Damn.
35 cents is too high.
Right.
Cause
Right.
you saying 700 miles now, but that ain't nothing, bro. That ain't
I'm
nothing.
already know.
$500 a week ain't bad for the rental, but the miles is high.
No, it ain't.
$400 a week
It
on the
ain't. But I ain't
insurance.
got it yet. It's still under negotiation. I got a reservation, but I'm still goddamn it going back and forth with the lady.
Yeah, you need to. You said this with Enterprise.
Yeah.
Which Enterprise you call? The one out in Steger?
No, they right here up in Rockdale. Rockdale.
Oh, you up? You way up? You way up by what? Rockford or some shit?
Hell
What?
no, Rockdale is
Rockdale?
Joliet area.
Oh, you over that way?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the closest one. When I reached out, they the one that reached back.
I mean, shit. You gonna have to negotiate. Or shit, go see what Enterprise offer you. I mean, not Enterprise, but Penske. 35 cent
Right.
too high. 35 cent too high.
I think I did look at Penske. Penske rental was a little higher. I had all that shit wrote down. They rental was a little higher.
Shit, you gotta negotiate. Shit,
I know, that's what I didn't do. I just quoted out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Called
yeah.
around, quoted out.
Cause you saying 700 miles now, but shit, you get out there and see 700 miles ain't enough. You gonna have to keep running. So now that 700 could turn into 2,500, and
Mm,
2,500 times 35 cents a mile. You ain't in the truck. You got a driver. You paying for your
right.
login. You paying for tolls. You paying for fuel. You paying your driver. You paying all the other shit that associated with being over the road. Mm-mm.
Holocaust.
Yep. So if I was you, you out that way in Joliet, right? You live out that way.
Mm-hmm.
You probably be running the CJ on 32s and shit like that a lot, huh?
He in the mix. Yeah, he
Okay.
around.
Yeah. So if I was you, I'd try to find something local, bro.
Like what? Oh, right. Like I be seeing a lot of little shit be local. You be
Curbside.
200, 300 miles.
I would
Some
try to find a
curbside shit.
curbside. Yeah. You'd probably come out better that way. I mean, it's plenty of opportunity. You right outside the city. You might have to travel a little bit to like Elk Grove or Addison or Wooddale. Or it should even you can find something out that way, but more than likely you're gonna have to travel towards the city.
Right.
Cause RNL
For
ain't
that
gonna
daily work.
RNL ain't gonna let you on board this early. So you're gonna have to travel a little bit. But I would look into something local. If you wanna go over the road, you're gonna send your old man or somebody over the road, you're gonna probably have to move more than 700 miles a week. 700 miles a week ain't gonna get you no bread.
No. No, hell no. If a motherfucker go on the road, yeah. We humping. But I'm just thinking, as I'm watching these low boys right now, right? I'm looking at this shit like shit. It's 300, 400 miles here, 300, 400 miles there. At the most, 500, 600 miles there, 500, 600 miles back. Weekly rentals. I got 2 months. I got 2 months. The bread to rent and insurance. I got 2 months of that. So let's run.
Yeah. Yeah, but what's your cost per mile? See, that's what matters. You looking at that number, but shit, that number it might be costing you more than what you making on that number. You can't look at that number you see on the load board and run those miles and say, okay, that's it. That's the number. You looking at 500
Right.
miles and you looking at what the payout is, but it might be costing you more than what that load is paying. See,
Exactly.
that's the key. You gotta know what it costs to operate the truck. So that's the key.
Yeah, shit, it ain't. I wouldn't know that until I'm goddamn it. I wouldn't know, right. I wouldn't know that until I'm goddamn it rolling.
Nah,
That's
you
how
can
I
have a
look at that
general. You
shit.
can have a
I know what
general
it costs
consent.
me a day with this motherfucker.
You can use that as a general consensus. So you know what the insurance is. You know what that's costing you, right? And all the other variable and fixed
I'm at
expenses that you come
140.
across.
Right,
And then
right.
you can estimate. Boom, you running over the road. If you running, you really want to make money. You can estimate about 2,000, 2,500 miles a week, let's say, and then determine it from there. You know what I'm saying? So uh, to give you a general consensus of what a cost per mile uh, would look like. But I think if you're gonna go the rental route, you're not gonna be on the truck. You saying you got a full-time job that pays you six figures.
Right.
Understanding the market, if I was you, I'd look for something local. If you're gonna run
Yeah,
over
mama
over the
fed
road,
to
that's
go.
fine. That's fine, but you're gonna have to get your costs down. That 35 cents a mile ain't it. It
Right.
ain't it,
No,
bro.
I can still negotiate. She been checking in with me and
You,
shit like that. So we
you you need to be
gonna
under 20
definitely
cent a mile.
negotiate that.
You need to be under 20 cent a mile. 500 is cool for the week, and
Right.
you need to see if you can negotiate at least 1,000 free miles a week.
Damn. Bro.
So
Right.
that'll make it
Shit, that's little shit I don't
that'll
know,
make it worth the while. Yeah, that might make it a little bit more worth the while. But even with the insurance, who you get the insurance quote from?
I got the insurance quote from some brokers. Uh, whale, like some shit nobody never heard of. Whale shark or some shit. I gotta look through the emails.
Yeah, you want to probably keep shopping
But I
around
didn't
to the
shopped
insurance.
around. I shopped. She actually was the cheapest, and I done shopped around three different people, and they all keep drawing off Progressive. Well, then when I do the little homework, motherfuckers say don't fuck with Progressive. So I'm just
What
looking
what
like
what make and model truck did you give them?
I gave them 2022 Freightliner MC.
Well, that
About
could
26 with the liftgate.
that could change. Who did you list for the drivers? Just you or you and your old man?
Me and my old man, he CDL all type of shit, 20, 30 years, good license. My license is the one that got us goddamn it wiped out.
Well,
And
then
I got two
there you go.
speedings on my shit.
Well, there you have it.
That's falling off next month. One of them fall off next month. Then 2 months after that is what the broker telling me.
So yeah, so there you go. So yeah, as long as that's on there, your rate gonna be high. So
Hmm.
yeah, you got if your old man is clean, then that's good. He got a CDL, but if you got points on your MVR, then that's gonna keep your rate up. Then your rate could go higher too because you got to get insurance on whatever truck they give you. If they give you a 2024, that's a newer truck. The rate probably gonna go up from there.
Yeah, they said that shit. They said that this could be the truck or this can't be the truck, but it'd be similar to what they gonna give me though.
Yeah, so I would keep shopping around. I mean, there's other insurance companies out there other than Progressive. Progressive is, it all depends on who the broker is. Like, you could have your broker go through Progressive and he might tell you one rate, but then another broker, my broker, could cut it in half. It
Tell
all
you a
depends
lower rate. Yeah, it happen.
it all depends on the broker and what they
And they
trying to
got their
sell you on.
relationship and what they got going on.
Not their relationship, what they selling you on. You don't know. They could sell you and give
Right.
you a quote, and it could include a bunch of shit that you don't necessarily need.
Some shit you don't need. I heard you say that.
Right,
I'm looking like, why the fuck
right.
they give us some shit? Why would they do that? I
Because
know they getting money, but if I don't
because
need
they
it,
get
the
they
hell?
get paid off you paying your bill. They get a residual. So every month you pay your bill, they get 3 or 4 whatever the
Of course.
kickback is, 3, 4, 5%. So 5% of 1,600 is different than 5% of 800, right?
Of
So
course.
it all depends
Of course.
on the broker. If you got a broker like me that's been doing this for 30 years, you got thousands of clients that he making that type of money on. He got 30 years worth of clients. So he ain't too
I
thirsty,
heard you say that.
So
Yeah,
versus that person
yeah.
who brokering for 2 years that just
Give
trying
me a
to,
minute, dude.
that's trying to, get their money up. They a little bit more hungry, a little bit more cutthroat. So
Exactly. Give me a minute, dude. I'm gonna holler at you.
yeah, so all that plays a part. So yeah, you need to keep shooting, shopping for different brokers and getting different estimates. But if them
Exactly.
points falling off, then that's another thing you might want to consider too. Maybe holding off a little
Wait it
bit.
out.
But I would look into
Yeah,
some
yeah,
curbside
yeah.
shit because I think
I
it's
was trying to
enough
catch this
opportunities.
summer wave, you know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of you kind of yeah, it's kind of pushing late, but then you still may be able to get in some of these opportunities. To catch that summer wave, you need to
Right.
be up and rolling like March. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? March. If you're looking for local, over the road, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you sound like you need to renegotiate some shit. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I'm good, bro. I got to chop it up with you, man. I've been watching you a couple weeks now. Draw back
Mm.
on you a little back, shit. I respect what you do, B. Don't keep it up, man.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, just stay tuned. Let me know what you decide to do, but man, definitely negotiate with them folks. Don't take that
I'm
35
definitely
cent a
gonna do
mile.
that.
Yeah, see if you can get some free
Definitely. I think it was at
miles.
like 33. I think she said 33, but I'm gonna definitely see what's up with that. The free miles, all that, man. Love, bro. Just I'm watching. I'm watching. Know that.
All right, boy.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let me see. I guess it depends on account manager, but mine is $4.95 a week and 12 cents a mile. Yeah, if you got $4.95 a week and 12 cents a mile, that's great. Remind me of some old rates I used to get. 26 for the. We used to get $4.50 a week, 1,500 free miles, and 10 cents a mile. So if you're getting $4.95 now, Kobe, and 12 cents a mile, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I just think you need to negotiate. What they do is, they can tell who knew. That's why I say, listen, when y'all calling these rental truck places, that's why that rental truck video I got is my biggest video as far as views. Because I'm telling you everything to do and everything not to do. Y'all got to understand that these account managers, they are commissioned, I think, for the most part, right? So they vultures. If you call them and you ask for a quote and you all excited and jolly and shit, and you tell them, oh, you about to start your box shop, you tell them all your business, and you telling them that you on the new, yeah, they're gonna take advantage of you because they know you don't know shit. You don't never want to tell a person that you on the new. You don't never want to tell a person you on the new. You want to watch the content. You want to talk to me so that you can know when you approach these people what to say and what not to say. You want to go in there like you know what you talk about. Yo, this is what I need. I need this. I need a 26-footer with a lift gate. I'm looking to pay about around 500. I'm looking to pay somewhere between 10 to 12 cents a mile. I need you to get me there. And I need some free miles. I'm gonna hold on to the truck at least 6 months. All right. So now they looking at it. You already came in there telling them what you want. And based on what I'm telling you to tell them, right? They know that you know what you talking about. Right? So they know they can't sell you on this bullshit and these high ass miles, because the more your bill is, the more their commission is. Listen, he on the new. They looking at it just like the bank look at you. Yo, man, 9 times out of 10, we see a lot of these guys come in, they not gonna be around long. A person that comes in that talks like they know what they talking about, that's confident, because it seems like they know what they talking about, and you telling them, yo, I'm gonna hold on to the truck for at least 6 months to a year. Then they looking at the longevity. All right, bet. So, all right, so if we give this to him on this lower rate, but we looking at it for a longer period of time. Of course, they're gonna try to get the most out of you on the new when you tell them you on the new, because they see a lot of people that come on the new, they don't last that long. So we're gonna try to get as much up out of you as we can. But they're not gonna do that to a person who comes in that talks and is confident, that knows what they talking about. And then you tell them, you gotta make sure you tell them, yo, I'm looking to keep the truck for 6 months to a year. There's nothing binding that you got to keep that truck 6 months to a year, but you're putting the illusion in their head that you're gonna have the truck that long. So they looking at $500 a week, 10, 12 cents a mile, whatever it is, for the course of half a year to a year. It's all negotiation. It's all knowing what to say, how to talk. That's all it is. And if they don't want to play ball, don't play ball. But they're going to have your information. They're going to call you. Listen, Penske Enterprise still call me today. Why? Because you still in their database. Those account managers are going to continue to rotate. That's one of them jobs where you got people coming in and coming out. So as those new account managers come in, they go through the database and they look up people who spent X amount of money. You know why they still call me? Because I spent a lot of money with these people back in the day. They see all that. They're like, yeah, we see you used to spend a lot of money back in the day. What can we do to get you in a truck? And I'll be messing with them just so I can see where they at with it, so I can relay this information to y'all. I'll be messing with them. What do you need to give me? I let them tell me where they can give me. I said, man, you see the race that I used to get? Yeah, so what makes you think I'm going to get a truck? You calling me, asking me to come get you, cold calling me. So that lets me know that y'all got trucks sitting, because y'all don't cold call any other time. So if I know that y'all got trucks sitting, you cold calling me, and you give me this bullshit ass rate, you see the race that I'm accustomed to getting, what makes you think that this is a person that knows? And you know what they say? Yeah, Mark, you're good. You're good. All right. So what do we need to be at so that we can get you in here? Well, you see what's on the screen, right? Well, that's where I need to be at. And they finagle a little bit, and ultimately they were like, all right, I think I can do that. Listen. If a person was getting a salary or an hourly, they wouldn't finagle. Why? Because they gonna get the same amount of money whether they get you to come in and rent a truck or not. Why do you think they finagle? Because they trying to sell you at a higher price point. Why? Because there's more money in it for them when they sell you at this higher price point. The art of negotiation. And when you negotiating, you got to sound like, you can't be fumbling and shit. You got to practice this shit. I did a whole video. Go to my videos and click on popular. It's going to be the most popular video. I've given all y'all the blueprint on how to successfully negotiate box truck rentals. It's simple. Confidence and knowing what you're talking about. Even if you never did this before, I'm telling you what to do. And you can't be afraid to walk away. Don't accept anything just to say you get it, because you accept some of these rates they throw out at you, they're going to fail. They want to make money. If I was in a commission-based job, I'm going to try to upsell you too. Why? Because the more money I get out of you, the more money I'm taking home. They got trucks. So here's the thing. If I am a strong negotiator and I sound like I know what I'm talking about, they can tell I know what I'm talking about. They looking at, well, you know what? He got me on this one. I get the next one. They're going to get somebody. They're going to stain somebody. It just don't let it be you. That's it. The art of negotiation. That's it. That's why I was talking about on one of them live streams from last week. Like, you know, coming in and being a business owner and saying you're a business owner is one thing, but then once you get the business and start the business, you know what you got to do? You got to do business. And a lot of people just don't know how to do business. You got to master the art of doing business. Right? Same thing with the rental trucks, same thing with the brokers, same thing with the 3PLs, same thing when you're dealing with B2C, business to consumer. So B2B, B2C, business to business, business to consumer. You got to do the same thing. You're going to have people that's going to try to lean on you, or you got to lean on people. I've showed y'all in that montage how I linked on these 3PLs. Listen, this is my leverage. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to continue to struggle? Y'all want Big Mark to come in here with all these trucks and all this manpower and save the day? It ain't being cocky. It's just being 100. What y'all want to do? Y'all need the trucks. Y'all need the manpower. I have it. What do y'all want to do? All right, well, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. You want the trucks? You want the manpower? This is what I need. What do y'all want to do? You let me know what y'all want to do, because at the end of the day, if you not trying to meet my number, then I'm not coming. And they know it because they feel it, because I without even telling them, they feel it because the cockiness and the arrogance and the confidence, it exudes. Yo, what y'all want to do? All me saying what y'all want to do, they know it. So they already know we can't play with him. We got to get him in here, say today, and eventually, hopefully, we can get enough ICs in that are stupid to take these lower weights that we can start transitioning some of his trucks out. It's the art of negotiation, doing business, standing firm, knowing what you're talking about, leverage. And anything, rental trucks, brokers, 3PLs, consumers, whatever. That's it. You may not have the leverage I had, so you have to figure out what type of leverage you got. You got to find out where their weaknesses is at. Using your leverages and their weaknesses. The rental truck company calling you, and you know they got trucks, you see them on the damn lot sitting. That's your leverage. Trucks ain't moving for whatever reason. It's the off season. It's the slow season. The demand is no longer there. All right, boom. Y'all got trucks sitting. I inquired online. We talked. We did some negotiating. I wasn't too happy, so I don't call them back. But 2 or 3 days later, y'all calling me back, asking me what I think. That lets me know right there, y'all thirsty. All right, bet. That's my leverage. Now I'm finna lean. And guess what? If it don't lean my way, I'm not falling I'm not going. And they gonna know I'm not going because they gonna feel it. Yeah, y'all ain't the only game in town. And if y'all ain't leaning today, don't mean y'all not gonna lean next week. Now it's gonna be periods where they gonna have the leverage. Because trucks is gonna be moving. It's gonna be a demand there. But when that demand ain't there and you feel it because they calling you, these account managers, yo, they on the commission tip, bro. It's up to me whether you're going to take more money home next week or less money. If you get me to come rent this truck, you're going to take more money home, whether I rent it at 10 cents a mile or 35 cents a mile. It's going to be whatever the percentage you getting off the commission is going to be added to whatever you done so far. But guess what? If I don't go, you got to keep cold calling until you find somebody else. So it's just business. You gotta know how to negotiate. You gotta know how to negotiate, man. You'll be surprised what you can get if you negotiate. And sometimes people like, well, man, they'll never go for that. You'll never know if you don't ask. They might be having a rough week. You might get the one account manager who on the new. They already got a script. Listen, this is the lowest we can go, but always start up here. Like they train to start up here. They train to start up here. And then after you talk to them, shit, then you say this one for the end. Well, you know what? It don't seem like y'all gonna budge. I mean, I would rather deal with y'all because y'all a little bit closer. But Enterprise already offered me 12 cents a mile and this much a day. See what they say. If they be like, well, bring it to us in writing, then obviously you ain't got it in writing. But if you find somebody, like if you negotiating that hard and they just not going, then you pull that out. But you don't pull that one out into the end because really it's a bluff. It's a bluff because you really don't have that in writing. That's why you save it to the end to see what they say. If you get lucky enough that they don't ask for it in writing, and they be like, all right, well, if you come get it from us, we'll give it to you at that rate. Then you got it. So it's just different tricks that you can use. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know what you're talking about. The last thing you want to do ever is when you contact a rental truck company for the first time is tell them all your business that you knew and you're excited. I'm starting my box truck. Hi, Enterprise. This is Kathy. How can we help you? Hi, my name is Man, and I'm about to start my box truck business. I'm just calling to get a quote on some rates for a 26-foot box truck. As soon as you say I'm about to start my box truck business, they're like, we got us one. On the new, they standing in the back. She putting her hand over the phone like, on the new, I got one. On the new, I bet you I run it. I bet you my commission more than yours next week. I'm telling you, I got on the new. Watch this. Yeah, we can get you in. Yeah, we got nice new trucks, nice new lightly used trucks, lift gates. We got 23s and 24s. Yeah, we can get you in for about $750 a week. We got a great deal. About $750 a week. We can get you in for about 35 cents a mile. How's that sound? When can we get you in to come take a look at it? And then that's when you 35 cents a mile. Oh, no. I need to be less. I need to be under 20. I'm thinking more like 10 to 12 cents a mile. I'm thinking more like $500 a week, and I'm thinking more like 1,000 free miles. Oh, no. We've never done nothing like that. And then that's when you start hitting them with facts. So the art of negotiation, ladies and gentlemen, the art of negotiation. He tried to tell me 1,235 cents per mile. Was able to talk to a regional manager and get it down to 500 a week and 15 cents. That's good. Would it be wise to get a 26-footer for $10K and run under the table on Thumbtack? If you're gonna run under the table on Thumbtack, I wouldn't buy a truck. I would literally just rent a truck because I don't know where you're gonna find a 26-footer for under $10K. But if you can, then I think that's a good deal. In that case, maybe yeah. But here's the thing about running under the table. You gotta run under the table with a plan, especially if you're doing moving, because depending on the state, eventually it's a possibility you're gonna get caught. You know what I'm saying? All these guys that's running under the table that are not licensed, if that regulatory agency, whatever it is in your state, does a sting or whatever, or they do like a sting or something like that, where they book a job and then you show up and then they jump out and fine you. You know what I'm saying? you know, you got to keep that in mind. That's a possibility. It can happen. All right. It happened to me before I got licensed, right? It was one of the contributing factors that made me really get on the ball to going and actually getting licensed. I'm glad that happened to me too, because if it didn't, it wouldn't have accelerated me to get it. And then when Dynamics called with that opportunity, I wouldn't have had the credentials at that time, right? Uh, so you got to keep that in mind. Obviously, you can disguise that some by having a rental truck, because it could look like you're moving yourself or you're doing a job for yourself, right? They can't determine when they see a rental truck if that's the actual customer doing their own move versus a company that's renting a truck, or a road company that we call it in the industry, that's using a rental truck to do a unauthorized, unlicensed job. So I would just be, careful, and I'm just telling you from experience, um, because if you're coming in doing that, you're gonna be exposed. Because if you got this clean white box truck, and these agencies are riding, let's say patrolling or looking, you're in a hot area that's doing moves, or an area that's popular for moves at a specific time of the month, and they just go happen to target that area, and you got a white box truck with no markings on it, no DOT, no MC, no nothing, then obviously, this is a personal vehicle, and they got straps, they got dollies, they got blankets, they got all the professional shit with no markings. Oh yeah, we got us one. But if it was a Penske truck or a U-Haul truck or an Enterprise truck, then they wouldn't be able to determine, and they can't just approach one of those trucks because it looks like it's a customer doing their own household goods move. But a white truck with all the professional shit, yeah, they feel like, we got us one. Hypothetically running under the table, meaning like doing small moves, same thing. And you here. So with here being in Chicago, you got the Illinois Commerce Commission. And they do stings throughout the summer. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful because you in Chicago. Now they not out there every week because it's an administrative agency and they got like 8 police. But when those police go out, they targeting like Lincoln Park, heavy in Lincoln Park, up and down Clark, Halsted, over by Boys Town, over by Lincoln Park, over by Lakeview, all up and down Broadway, all that whole area, like right around this time. Usually like moving season, end of April, end of May, they be over in that area. So you got to be careful. But you can do it, but you got to be careful because every job you go on, you dodging them, and you don't know if it's them booking the job. Because what they'll do is, this is how they got me back in the day. They called, I had an ad on Craigslist. They called, they booked the job. It was out in Schaumburg. I'll never forget. I wasn't on the job. Something was strange that was just off when she booked it, right? Because nobody had ever asked me what color is the truck. She wanted details of the truck so that she knew what they were looking for, because they had unlicensed movers like every 30 minutes. So she was like, yeah. So the day of the move, when I called to confirm it before I sent the crew, she was like, yeah. But she was like real pushy and authoritative, like, and a customer had never been pushy like that. You're a customer, like, you happy. Most moving customers are happy that you called and it's coming because they get stood up a lot. So she was real pushy, like in a rush. And then she was like, yeah, what does the truck look like? What color is the truck? So I described it, and she's like, all right, I'll see you when you get here. And I just thought it was weird, left a bad feeling, but I sent them anyway because I didn't know. Man, they got out there, they called me, man. Like, man, they said they pulled up. It was a dead-end street. This is how they set it up. They made sure they did the sting on a dead-end street so you didn't have nowhere to go. They got there. It was a guy sitting across the street from the apartment building. He was sitting in the car, plain car. And when they pulled up, he was like, hey, your guys are here for the move for April? And then they said, yeah, we're here for April. And they were like, all right, I'm gonna call her, I'm gonna follow her, she's gonna come down. They said about 5 seconds later, man, police cars just started coming from everywhere. Woo, 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 woo. They didn't know what the hell was going on. Pulled them out the truck, searched the truck, had them all up against the truck, and wrote a $750 citation. They called me, put me on the phone. So the lady was talking to me. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? It was like, yeah, you're same lady. She's like, yeah, you're running an unlicensed moving business. I said, no, I'm not. I'm doing odds and end jobs on Craigslist. Well, in the state of Illinois, you got to have a household goods license issued by the Illinois Commerce Commission, blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I didn't know no better. I felt like, yo, we wasn't robbing nobody. We wasn't killing nobody. We, out making money. At that time, I didn't know no better. Shit, legally. And I'm explaining this to them like, hey, we not hurt nobody. We out doing, moves, we're not doing nothing illegal or what I thought. That lady went off on me. She taught me all about this household goods shit, Illinois Commerce Commission. She was like, man, it's a $750 fine writing. If we catch you the second time, it's $1,000. If we catch you the third time, we taking the truck. They got back to the yard or to my mama's house because I was still at my mama's crib and the truck was parked on the block. And I looked at the ticket and sure enough, she had it checked. $750 first offense, second offense was $1,000, third was they take the truck. So I knew that I had a short amount of time to get licensed, but I was keeping my finger crossed and prayed that we never run into a sting again. But that put me on my P's and Q's. It put me on my toes. So I was like really monitoring the jobs we was taking. I was certain jobs when they would pull up, I would tell them if it's a dead end, don't do the job. I would get spooked. If a person asked me anything that was just outside of the norm, I would get spooked and not take the job. And I did that all the way until I actually got licensed. The process took a little while, but I still kept going and I just proceeded with caution until we got licensed. But yeah. Who's this? Bet Mark don't bet Mark don't ask no questions. I'm calling into the show 50 bands. What? You said you not answering no questions. You said you 50 bands. What is he talking about? What are y'all talking about? Costa said ICC is no joke. ICC is definitely no joke. Like definitely no joke here, So not something to play with, not nothing to play with. They will take your truck for real. So you gotta be careful with them. So what's up, Chuck? What up? What up? Somebody said they want to call in and show 50 bands. I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. The link is in the top of the chat. But that's it. I'm not taking no more calls after this. So you got like a minute to call in, or I'm out of here. So why you want to do it, I don't know, but that's your prerogative. That's what you want to do. Damn, Mark, I got your notifications on, but they never send out. I always catch the streams late. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that lately. That's probably why you don't see a lot of people in the thing. I think they got me shadow banned. They probably got me shadow banned. You gotta, but to correct that, you just need to unsubscribe and then resubscribe. So hit the subscribe button, then it should say unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and that should reset it. But yeah. Usually when that happens, they got you shadow banned for whatever reason. So it is what it is. So Jeep, man, what's up, man? I'm waiting on you to call in, man. You got a minute. I'm gonna give you a minute. Then I'm out of here. Give you a minute. Let's get Jeep a minute. Let's start the clock. Minute starts now, so we're gonna see. He wanna show us 50 brands. Cause somebody in the chat told him he was broke or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. Shout out to Daniel McQueen for becoming a member. Where you at, Jeep? I said okay. Man, we're gonna give him one more minute, man. We're gonna give him one more minute because it's a delay. I know it's a delay, so we're gonna give him one more minute. He might be trying to call up and put his name in. We're gonna give him one more minute. We're gonna give him one more minute. We got another minute. I guess he changed his mind. Guess he changed his mind, y'all. Oh, Dallas. Uh-oh. Hey, next time. He didn't call in time. So, all right, y'all. Till next time. Appreciate y'all. Peace.